I'm Eamon.
I'm Merlin.
And we're a gay.
And his NB.
Are you a reality television connoisseur?
Do you like it discussed from an LGBTQ lens?
If so, A Gay and His NB is the podcast for you.
Hear us break down all your favorite guilty pleasure reality shows from Bravo, Drag Race, and just about everything in between.
Listen to A Gay and His NB on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm Eamon.
I'm Merlin.
And we're a gay.
And his NB.
Are you a reality television connoisseur?
Do you like it discussed from an LGBTQ lens?
If so, A Gay and His NB is the podcast for you.
Hear us break down all your favorite guilty pleasure reality shows from Bravo, Drag Race, and just about everything in between.
Listen to A Gay and His NB on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
The Wrestling Mayhem Show. Since 2006, the pioneer in pro wrestling podcasting.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us and IndieWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza.
Just wait. Just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you got to do, make it last. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't run, this truth, change the past. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back.
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, episode 955. Tuesdays, we've been talking professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the social medias and Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, PA, where we have electricity this week.
Yay!
So yeah, we
From
didn't
Ohio,
have a show last week because there was a massive storm about 3 or 4 hours before the show that took out all of the electricity, and we didn't have power until well into the next day, which is funny since I left in the morning for Arizona. And today's the first day I've been back and seen power in the studio actually since last Tuesday. And actually, what was it? Something like almost 400,000 people without power in the greater Pittsburgh area last week. And I know there's the last I saw, like maybe another 15,000 still without. I saw crews working a side street even just around our neighborhoods here. So a lot of craziness. So, but still, glad to see everybody's safe for the most part and everything. So and we get to rock the Mayhem Show, and thankfully we do have power for a very special night. But first of all, I want to introduce the co-host. First of all, it is the Riz.
So
Yes.
it's not special because I'm here.
I mean, it's always special, but then there's like another level of special. But you have your own level of special. Yeah, there's that. There's a Buff Evil, and it looks like your cupping is his pectoral there. Tweak the nip. There's a little tickle. There's a little tickle to it. There you go. You know what? By the way, I did fix the
audio listeners are going to be really confused.
No, but the people walking by on the street seeing this on the monitor are going to be really interested. Anyways, they're also going to be, well, actually, they've already been double taken because we have on the couch, first of all, returning, I think officially, 4th time, I think you can now be labeled a co-host.
I better. It's this within a year. Come on now. I went with the Troublemakers. I came by myself.
Yes.
I was with my boyfriend, and now I'm here. That's 4.
There you go.
I can count.
There you go. There you go.
Do I get like a star, a sticker, cookie, something?
One of the few people with the distinction of having a show that I had to edit afterwards due to
that was not my fault.
I mean, I don't know.
It was not my fault. But you know what? Water under the bridge. It's okay.
There you go. Moving on. We won't get into that. RSW. What are we? RSW Women's Champion. Yay! We got some gold here.
We do.
You're here.
I am here. I'm so glad you invited me back. I really like this couch.
I think you kind of invited yourself back.
I didn't. Shut up.
But I was like, yeah, it's a good idea. I don't have a better idea right now.
After the ratings, man, I have to be back.
Yeah, I know. The Mayhem
Lexus Lynn sleeps naked, bro, through the roof.
There you go.
Naked Midian.
That's the start of it. There you go. That's the start of the show.
Go and watch it.
The Naked Midian, though, I think we can kind of skip. But I mean, is that you're gonna have the fanny pack, or is that what we're doing?
Huh?
He had like a fanny pack.
He had a fanny pack.
Yeah. Where else am I to keep my accessories?
As
you do.
What else
what do you
want me to
think
put
Midian
there?
had in his
Solo Sokoa's theme? Just go watch that episode of the the wrestling wedding game? What's it called?
The Mayhem Wed Game.
We
worked really hard on that title.
Listen, I was just more concerned about answering the questions. Y'all didn't even have a cute little name for us. The other one's got a name.
I forgot what we did. What did we do?
I think it was just Nowarenson or something like that.
No, we made a name for you.
I don't recall.
It was like should have called you Synergy.
I was gonna say the N-word.
No.
I'm kidding.
God, it's bad enough. It's bad enough I get the messages. Anyways, debuting. Do you want to introduce
You want
to introduce your friend for me?
Oh yeah,
your frenemy.
Yeah, this is the bitch that takes my parking spot.
Oh
my God!
Okay, there you go. Welcome to the Mayhem Show.
She attacked my leg in one of the matches. How rude!
You kick me in the head all the time.
She's mad. She's short.
I
love you though.
Love you too.
No, she don't.
Yes, I do. Whatever.
She tried to jump me at Rise. I don't want to hear it.
You started.
I didn't start
shit with me.
Yeah,
but watch the video.
I don't need to watch a video.
Oh my gosh, we'll get to the video later. Ava Brooks is with us. We haven't said who she is yet.
Oh, Ava Brooks.
Ava Brooks is here. Hello, Ava.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You are the AIWF World Women's Champion.
Yes.
No, and actually, what worlds? Because I know Quinn gets really mad when you call his belts world. So
They just be regions.
well, there's heavyweight, and then there's whatever else it is. There's a PA regional,
Here's
so
the
it's
thing,
very specific.
I wouldn't get upset if someone called my belt worlds because
You can identify as world. You can
It's
take it
more
anywhere.
prestige.
exactly. I wouldn't.
Prestige.
I wouldn't get mad about that. I would be excited.
Quinn's old school.
I know. Love him to death. But I know.
Absolutely.
Easy crowd to work.
I-
Easiest crowd I've ever had to work.
I bet he's a great hugger too.
I don't know. I don't hug him.
I'm a firm handshake
I'm
person
scared
unless
of
I
him.
really, really know you.
Yeah.
Only like a few people.
I've seen
Ava
him mad
Brooks is
one
one of them.
time, and I was like,
I've seen. It was my debut. It was my
Yeah,
debut when
it
I was sitting outside after vomiting.
someone did something, and he was mad. He came storming
Yeah,
through. I was like,
Oh yeah.
I can tell you.
Oh, was that
I
the
can tell you
one
exactly
where-
what happened.
Okay, yeah, I
Go
know
over.
exactly
Beast
what that
Man
is.
was late because he had a show. He had the APWF or whatever the show was. Or
Yep.
no, it was what's the one that Corey Graves is and
Pros of Wrestling.
yeah,
Yeah.
he was running that and they were late
Yeah.
and it wasn't really Beastman's fault because the show started late
Yeah.
and all this stuff. But he literally drove this gear and stuff, so he's pissed about that. And there was something else that happened.
Also,
that
the
night.
idea of Beastman just driving in his gear is pretty great.
He was jamming
Yeah.
to
Ever see- ever
one of
see-
the Insane Clown Posse songs. I don't remember which one it
Who
is.
was
I'm not that thoroughly knowledgeed on that.
who was the guest
What, that
Was it-
month?
at that show?
The guest? Wasn't it
Oh.
Heath Slater?
Because I remember, wasn't the guest? I think the guest was supposed to be on in the second half.
I think it was Heath Slater.
Was that the Enzo show?
No.
No.
No, that was Heath.
This
That
was Heath.
It was
He
Heath?
was in the
Okay.
main event, I do believe, though.
Yeah, I think he was in the
Yeah.
main event.
Yeah, I forget who he wrestled, but he probably J Rock or somebody.
Yeah,
Somebody.
Always seems to
I
have.
thought something
always
happened
J-Rock.
with
Listen, I want to match
that
J Rock.
match.
I don't know. Who knows?
don't know.
Booking your stream.
Wrestling
Go back
Inside.
on
Not the pontificate.
indiewrestling.us and go buy the
There you
show
go.
and watch it.
There
Yeah,
you go.
I-
Plugged it. What do I
It's
get
all
now?
on there. There you go.
What do I get now?
You
Good noodle star.
you get us.
get to come back to the show.
Yay! See, I didn't have to force my way into that one.
Anyways, we're having fun here, and you guys out there watching, I see we got a bunch of people out on the Facebook stream, and intern John's out there, making sure you guys are out there in social media land and everything too. So we're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. First of all, let's get into what's going on in the wrestling world. We weren't here last week, which is a bit to catch up on. I guess since last week, there were a round of future endeavorments from WWE. Understand? I didn't see the entire list. I only saw some of the highlights from this thing.
I got
So
the entire.
okay,
list.
Riz, give me the list. Who made the list? Who
so
are
let's
we?
go-
Who are we going to see on the Indies?
Let's go to NXT first.
Okay, from NXT. Am I even going to know these people?
That's
Cora
really
Jade.
rude. Am I even gonna know these people? That's
Yeah.
so fucked up.
I mean, let's
Cora
be
Jade.
serious.
That's
Let's
so
be
fucked
serious.
up.
Dolan.
Oh, wait, okay,
Let's
from the
be
top,
for
Riz.
real.
Thank you. Please again.
Okay, Cora Jade,
What?
Gigi Dolan,
What?
he knows
Eddie
them.
Thorpe,
Okay. What the fuck?
Jakara Jackson,
My
What the
thoughts.
fuck?
My thoughts exactly.
That's what. Yeah.
Riley
'Cause they just got a
Osborne.
tag team
Are you
title
sure
shot.
you're not just reading the roster at this point?
He's not Sorg.
I'm not.
This is everybody's
Because-
reaction.
Space Jail inductee Aura Mensa is also released.
But I just watched last week's NXT last night, and I realized
Yeah.
that half these people were on
My
the show.
sister's on NXT.
Javier Bernal,
Sorry.
Okay, okay.
the Coffees,
The Coffee
Yeah,
Brothers.
they released
What?
Gallus.
Coffee
They released all of
Brothers.
Gallus. Yeah.
Wolfgang,
Wow.
and Danny Palmer.
Not like their tag
Wow.
division needs assistance because it's in shambles, but you know they can release Gallus.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Same thing with the women's
then
tag division.
What? Go ahead.
Is there a women's tag division?
Yeah, like they were just
Oh,
releasing
wait, it
like
gets
the people in
worse.
NXT that were actual tag teams, but like the women's
Yeah.
tag division just needs assistance too because who do you really have now?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
especially with the other
Because-
release, my aunt who was on the
Yeah.
release, it was in a tag team too. So it's
Yeah.
like now there's no tag teams.
Yeah.
I was waiting-
Aunt Shayna got released.
My
Shayna
aunt.
Baszler.
So
I was-
now
I was waiting for it to come out that Zoe Stark was gone. and
Same.
I was about to be like,
yeah.
brother.
yeah.
Please.
So now
What
my
are you gonna do
agenda
with
is
Zoe,
pushing
though? That's
for me and
like-
Baszler.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Was that
And-
Riz?
Both Caden Carter and Katana.
Oh yeah, that was
Chance,
another one. So that's why I'm saying
What?
tag team
Yeah.
divisions in shambles.
The entire tag team.
Wow.
And Dakota Kai,
Okay.
Yes.
which was
So her and Thorpe were things. I said, wow, they just released them together. That's so messed up.
and out of all of that, Braun Strowman.
I have a funny story about Braun Strowman.
There was something
Well,
that
not
came out
funny.
that he's like 15% paralyzed in one of his legs.
Yeah, I don't know.
Braun
if that's-
Strowman?
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook this morning, and I was like, "What?"
You saw
Is
it on Facebook too?
Is that a new
Saying.
development?
I think so, but I don't know if it's
Yeah.
true.
Wow.
I'm not sure.
I don't, unless I keep seeing it places and then I see it from a reliable source, then I'm like, okay. It's
Is this from Paul Heyman running him down for whining up about not being on Mania?
All I know is he paid me $40 for working his merch table, and he helped pay for my first tattoo. So cool dude in my book.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, this when that whole control your narrative thing was going around.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's a
Oh,
cool
yeah.
dude in my book. He was the first merch table I worked. I was nervous.
I hear good things about him.
He was
you
super
know.
nice.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting anything from it. But
Yeah.
Same thing happened with Commander. Like that show was a cluster in itself for him and Vikingo because they were basically getting robbed.
Hmm.
And he didn't have any prices for his stuff, so I helped him make prices. And like he paid me $60, and before I could like get a hold of him, like he was like, "Oh no, this is for you." I was like, "Oh shoot, thanks, I guess."
Mhm.
Cool. So they were cool. But
Awesome.
yeah, Vikingo was about to, I wouldn't say fight, but he might have been close to blows with. I
Which
think
is-
it was like NEW or something.
Which
like
is
that.
wild because Vikingo seems like one of the nicest, gentlest
Both
souls in
were
wrestling.
super
Yeah.
nice, but I guess when you're taking like however much a percent of
Yeah.
their money from their merch table, kind of
Yeah.
sucks. You know what I mean?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was from the merch table,
That's crazy.
from like meet and greets. Yeah,
Mm.
but yeah, like the releases were crazy because it's like I'll
They
find
are.
the video and I'll send it to you on Instagram because it's kind of funny. But I didn't realize that Triple H didn't have any control over that. It was all TKO.
Yep.
I didn't.
Yep.
Yep.
I was like, so Braun Strowman has been putting people over and like building up Jacob Fatu and be like,
Yep.
he's gone.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Shayna was could have been a lifer there with Triple H because she was one of the signings under his regime in NXT.
Because they have to pay for your uncle.
That's what I. So here's the thing. Glad you brought that up. I made a joke
Your
recently that said,
uncle.
yeah, I made a joke recently that I said God knew I would be too powerful if I had all my favorites under one roof. So someone had to get cut, and unfortunately it was my aunt. So to have my uncle back, I can't have Rhea, Cross, Shayna, and Alistair under the same roof. I would be too powerful.
Too many tattoos.
What's wrong with too many tattoos?
Yeah.
I just got one. Another one.
Too many tattoos
No.
and
Do you have any tattoos?
candles and
Okay, he might be a fire
Although-
hazard, but it's okay.
he's definitely a fire hazard.
It's okay.
Although I
It's
forgot.
all right. It
I
may be like an
forgot-
asthma hazard with all the smoke. I don't know if that's a thing.
I forgot how much his entrance fucking slams.
Exactly.
Oh
Chills.
my
I
God.
saw it. I didn't watch it. I watched it on like the replay on Twitter or something. Like I was at Noir's. Chills. Fucking chills. I'm glad the only thing they changed was that fucking creak that when he would come.
Yeah.
Ass.
Oh, wait, because
But
he
I'm
came out like a casket or something
Yeah,
that rose
but
up.
but they made it like he came out of a crypt. But like we didn't need the whole like goofy
Yeah.
sound
yeah.
effect.
How
Like
you
that
get
was a
him out
Vince
of the
thing. I'm
crypt?
glad that was the only thing they changed.
Like the gunshot in Ricochet's entrance for some reason.
Well,
Yeah.
because it's Ricochet.
But no, there's nothing wrong with tattoos. All right, I just got one. I got one for my mom. I got her
mean,
handwriting on my
you
on
know.
my wrist. You know,
They can't have an entire,
why not?
metal fest on their roster.
Are you an anti-metal fest person?
No, I love the metal,
Okay,
but
you're acting like this is a bad thing.
I am playing devil's advocate as the CEO. Maybe it's the Nick Khan doesn't understand metal. Okay,
I agree.
That's probably it.
I agree.
That's why he was like,
and
nope,
he knew I
nope.
was gonna be too powerful of a fan to have all my favorites under
And they're all,
one banner.
yes. They
All
are-
I need is my father back, and the Infinity Stones are locked and loaded to go.
He personally looked Lexus up and was like, "We can't give this girl what she wants."
That's right.
No, they said that at Mania when it was I called the whole card right. What was the Mania without the fans? What was that one? What I don't remember the numbers. Like
yeah.
20?
I called the whole card
No, wait,
right,
no. Yeah.
except for Rhea versus Charlotte and Becky versus Shayna. I'm not gonna lie, I was very pissed. I was very angry. I turned it off. I turned it off for a good. I did. I turned it off for a good 10 minutes, and I sat and I like wallowed in self pity.
I can imagine you like sitting on the edge of a couch, like you're mad about something, you're just being like,
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Brooding. Yeah.
Yeah, get up.
"I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
y'all.
Talking to the
I'm
mic,
not
talking
used
to the
to. I'm not used
I'm a
to
veteran
this."
here. I understand the rules and regulations.
I always feel like if I'm too close, it's gonna be too loud, and then
That's
I'm
why you
like,
have
Don't
the
worry, we'll take care of
headphones.
it over here.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
But yeah, no. All I need is Matthews
You're
back.
at least you're lounging over here. Look at this.
Yeah,
She had almost died actually on the way here, so now she's like, let
bro,
me just
I'm
relax.
not built for Pittsburgh Hills. What? Who fucking created these things?
I think I asked you the same question when I popped up here the first time.
God.
I
God knew you would be too powerful if you had a straight road that wasn't a hill.
I had so much anxiety. I turned, I went, I saw like all of Pittsburgh except the road. I was like, my car is going to fall off this hill and I'm going to die. I'm not even going to make it to the freaking
What way
podcast.
did you take here? Yeah, well, so no, we
She
are like,
almost so the hill that I would take to go home is the one right over here
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
light.
yeah.
That's the one she saw because I would come up. I didn't come up this one today, but I would come up that hill over here.
This is great for the
That's what I
podcast.
did.
You're just like
Boing, boing,
pointing
yeah.
at roads that are not even
Okay,
in the building.
Google the address for Sorg's place if it's online for people to
It's
Google.
easy to find.
I'm not trying to dox them, but
I mean,
the address
I've
is blank
doxed
blank.
myself.
It has
I'm
his
Oh,
name
great.
on- it has
So
his
Google
name
that
on
address
there.
and then
Yes.
look at the surrounding area. Like I don't
on
know.
a topographical map.
Yeah.
Well, we do have, this is where I remind people that we do have the the continental United States' steepest street,
Where's that at?
right over here.
Is it that
Yeah,
one?
yeah,
Thank
right over
God
by
I didn't
coast.
go down
That one always
I mean,
gives me
there's-
anxiety.
Yes.
Like
I mean,
legit.
That one
you're
gave
not
me
allowed to go
anxiety.
down it. You have to go up, and it's cobblestone.
I know. I've never gone. That's the one I would always go up on. So the way I came
Well,
today.
you go up the one beside it. Like it's off of coast, down there towards the bottom.
Okay, yes, I did
So,
come up coast. That
yes.
that name sounds really
But
familiar.
my
Yes.
anxiety was so bad. I didn't know where to park. So then I missed, like I drove past it. So then I was like, okay, I have to turn around. And of course, my phone just stops giving me directions. Like it doesn't say that I missed my whatever.
Probably
It's
just
just like,
turned off.
oh, you're here. You're here. You're fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know where the I am.
She
We're allowed to-
Snapchats me.
We're allowed to say fuck on here.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can
okay.
curse on here. You're a big girl. You can
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We're
yeah,
all
so
adults.
she well.
Mostly.
Oh fuck you, Sorg.
What? You don't know who I'm referencing.
You looked right at me. Fuck you, Sorg.
No, I was
Anyway.
looking at the thing.
No whoop whoops. Anyway.
It's fine.
Anyway, so she messages me and I'm like, "Are you here? Cause I'm here. Whatever. Cause I know the drill. I've been here now 4 times. I
Yeah.
know, and I
Yeah.
expect these hills. I don't know if you saw me when I drove up here, but I made like 2 U-turns.
No, I
'Cause
didn't.
I was looking. I
Because
was
we were in the
looking,
middle of the other podcast. What are you
and you had
kidding?
the blind shut. Anyway,
Yeah.
but I was making 2 U-turns because I was driving up and down the road. Like, I can't parallel park to save my life. So I was just trying to find where I could just go in. You know what I mean? And then I parked up that way, like just a few, like
Up the hill.
just a little bit. And she messages me. I call her and I'm like, all right, where are you? That's why I ran outside. Is that an alien?
Yes. Yes, it is from Psychedelic Dreams a couple weeks ago.
Is
Sorry,
that Billy?
I just yeah, we
Or
have a
Billy's
we have,
offspring?
we have a mini Billy. It's a yeah.
I just
Billy?
want to. Is
It's a
the
Billy
camera?
Jr.
Is the
It's-
camera on
it's-
me?
It's well, hold on.
Baby Billy.
I just want. And we were all watching it, and I heard it in the background, and I was like, "Ooh, they have the alien." He said, "What?" I was like, "The alien." He was like, "His name's Billy." He's like, "What the fuck is going on?" I was
He
like,
grew his head
psychedelic-
back one time.
Huh?
He grew his head back one time.
I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, magical.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, back to the roads.
Bro,
So I
fuck
ran
these
out and
roads.
I met
A
Ava.
parking mayhem show.
So I'm walking up and down the thing, and she's like, "Let me put my camera on." So she puts the camera on, and I'm like, "All right, let me run back up towards Sorg." She's like, "Oh my god, I see you! I see you running." This bitch parks like directly across from me. I'm like, "You're literally here."
I thought I saw her car and I was like, wait, so
Look-
I can't be that far. I'm in the general area.
You know it's my car when you see the skeleton in the back seat wearing my merch.
Mhm.
When you see Benny in the back seat with the sign that my cousin made for my debut and my merch on, that's my car. And the Ohio plates give it away. But
Wow.
well, you know, it's okay.
Anyways, rolling back.
Yes.
Releases.
Releases.
Yeah, no, this is a corporate decision. Nick Khan was in an interview saying that we're not going to keep people that we don't want to use. You know.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
And I'll call him out on it.
Yeah. So,
They,
well, but-
the Shayna's push was fucked up from the beginning, and that's
Those-
not me being biased.
I think it's just a matter of they have so many people on the low end of it coming up between Evolve and LFG
Sounds
and
like a
NXT.
personal problem to me.
Well, yeah, seriously.
Don't have so many shows.
I think I think it's just like, well, yeah, we're paying. Well, also like, hey, we're paying these guys TV contracts, and we just pull some new people up and start over. You know what I mean? So
I will
there's
die
some
on the
equation
hill.
to
yeah,
it.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna die on the hill that Shayna's push was fucked up from the get go.
Oh, absolutely.
I will die on this
Absolutely.
hill,
There,
and
there-
I'm pushing
there
my
was
agenda.
A slight,
What were you saying, Riz?
there wasn't really a push.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's
it was a
little
start-
nudge. It was a
Unfortunately.
nudge.
But here's the thing: it started off perfect. As a Shayna Baszler fan, it started off perfect. Yeah, okay. The biting of the neck was a bit too much for me. I was like, okay, we're a vampire now. Great.
Oh, girl, what are you doing?
Legit, I was like, okay. But then, like I said, the Elimination Chamber was great, and all the other stuff upset. But then Mania came.
Mhm.
If I remember correctly, which I'm pretty 99.9% sure, it was a very dominant match
Mhm.
on Shayna's part.
Mhm.
And then it was like a roll up.
Mhm.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on? This is some bullshit. And then to come to find out that Becky just like found out she was pregnant, I was like, so is it 2-on-1? This is some bullshit. Crazy.
That's
This
why-
is my
that's-
hatred towards Becky Lynch. This is where it started.
Wow.
I
This
feel
is where
like-
it started.
I feel like WWE does that a lot though. Like
With Becky?
they'll have
Oh.
but they'll have like such a strong match
Mhm.
and then it ends in a fucking roll up. And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you just killed that entire match by doing that.
If I remember correctly, it probably ended with the roll up with Piper and Brett. You know what I'm talking about? The Karafuda into the roll.
Yeah.
I think it
yeah.
was that.
Like the rollover, yeah.
Yeah, that same WrestleMania is where my hatred for Charlotte started too.
It's growing for everybody.
Yeah.
We'll talk about a little bit more of this, but I want to give a shout out to our friends that are supporting us on Patreon, patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. And of course, thank you everybody that does support us over there, including longtime fan of the show, Bo Diggity. Woo! Woo! Riz, man.
Woo!
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry, I got a notification.
John, give
from
me a
up there.
woo. There we go.
Hell yeah, John.
I wooed.
You
Hell
did.
yeah,
You
Riz.
did, but Zoom takes the woo away.
You know who didn't woo?
Hmm.
Ava Brooks.
I did woo.
No,
what
she
the
did.
fuck? Yes,
You see
I
this-
did.
You see this disrespect I get?
So yeah, we're
shit.
catching up with the lag,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Also, Team Hammerfist, Tupac family, Bubba Brewer of the APWF and Triple B podcast, and
Debuting
Jason
in
French.
June.
Such a fun show.
Look at that! It is a fun show.
It's such
good
a fun
time.
show. I was
I'm gonna-
really upset that I wasn't.
I'm
booked
gonna
on it,
drive
but it's
back
okay.
from like Michigan Speedway the night before,
Ooh.
after my insanely huge gig, to make sure I'm there for APWF because I love what Bubba does.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
I was really upset when I didn't get like message to work it because it's such a fun show. But I
Get
was
over
like,
it.
shut the up. I hope. Who are you facing?
I have no idea. Oh, Layla James.
I hope she whoops your ass.
She
Yeah.
probably will. To be
I
honest,
hope she
probably
does.
will.
I'm sure we'll be
She's like
talking about
6'4".
that's-
You know what? I'm gonna
June.
buy a front row ticket just to watch you get your ass whooped.
There you go.
You can. I'll flip you off every time.
I'll trip you.
Also, thanks to over at the Poppy Club level, Dave Prof Pod Podner, Rats in his Trench Coat, Tony Kincaid, and also remember we do have a little visual representation for those represented in the Poppy Club members. There you go. Thank you, Dave Podner, for that. And then also thank you to our other supporters in the Patreon, and I think I have an ad over here. There it is. There is also at the Pizza Club level. Oh, and I forgot about the Riz. The Riz. Look at how it's a Riz wearing the show over there. And also the Mad One as well. And at the manager level, are you ready? Bradley.
I
There
love
he
and hate
is.
Bradley.
Yes.
I can't even be mean to
There you
Bradley
go.
anymore. I bullied him and then he bought a shirt and now I'm like,
He always
"Gotta
does
be
that.
nice to you."
I'm
There
trying
it
to
is.
force him to buy another shirt.
Have you ever seen
You
his
should've used a
shirt
picture
closet
of-
video?
Yes, I'm in it.
Yeah, you're
He literally says like,
Yeah.
she made me buy this, and like, almost choked me
I
with
have
it.
bullied that poor guy so much.
It's so
Every time I'm
fun
like, you're
bullying.
still not buying
Wait,
one of
have
my
you seen
shirts, and
this?
he's
Like,
like,
this is.
I do the same
This-
thing. Oh my gosh, Fred.
Well, I mean, doesn't this make it better? Doesn't that make it
Yeah.
better?
You
Yes,
should have used
100%.
like a picture of me.
I
Did you
was
see
there
the?
at that show? That was before I debuted.
Did you
That's
s-
crazy.
Did you see what I did at Pit Fight to his scarf? I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know Noir took it before this, but I was walking and like his scarf's so like it's just out there. It's like this is really like grabbable. Like my ADHD is like I should
Yeah.
grab this. I grabbed it and I dragged it and I threw it and it went like a couple rows and I was like, damn, that sucks. He has to go pick it up.
Like,
And then at
"Get
the Rise
over it,
show,
Bradley."
at the Rise show, I was kind of in distress. But anyway, I was walking around the ring and I was like, there was no one to get gear, and I have my spike jacket,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw my 4 or 5 favorites, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Bradley was there, so I'm like, okay, who do I trust?
Your 4 or 5 favorites and Bradley.
And Bradley.
Gotcha.
And
Gotcha.
Bradley.
I want to
And
clarify.
Bradley.
I just want to make sure the message is clear.
Yeah, and Bradley. So I take my jacket off, and I have it in my hand, and I'm saying hi to Lacey. If Lacey's watching, hi Lacey. And I throw it, and it hits Bradley. And as I'm throwing it, as it's in midair, I'm like, oh fuck, there's spikes on that.
Bro, I've cut myself on those
Oops.
spikes so many times. I'm like,
Literally,
bitch.
it hit him, and he went out and said, oops, and I kept walking. Because it came down at an
Get
angle because I was up
over
in the
it.
ring, legit. And I put bigger spikes on the top. Yeah, it was. I was kind of hoping Lacey would catch it, but to be fair, my aim was right at Bradley.
I'm appreciating your Legion of Doom phase with the
Thank you.
spikes. There you go.
I don't like people hugging me.
That's one way to get away around
Literally,
it.
the amount of people, especially with my Reaper gimmick, because I have the small spikes, but my hood covers it. When I take it down, they don't know there's spikes there, and they'll hug me. They'll be like, ah. And I'm like, oh shit, my bad. Oops.
Bro, I think you need those spikes, to be honest. Self-defense.
Legit, after Wednesday, yes.
Self-defense.
I'll explain later.
Okay,
Hang
is
out
that
for the
for- is
Patreon
that
to
for
find that
Patreon?
out.
Yeah, hang
See,
out.
I'm
Okay.
plugging your show.
Well, there's a note about Becky Lynch.
Oh, great.
And
Boo
which you
this woman.
specifically, well, according to True Prince of Pro, Matt, Becky Lynch said in her book that she wanted to put over Shayna at Mania, but Vince wouldn't let her.
To be fair, I believe that.
Okay.
Because I believe there was
Yeah.
a story too with Edge and Finn, the Demon match, that Hell in a Cell match that they
Yeah,
stopped for 20
yeah.
fucking minutes because he got busted open. I understand, but still, like 20 fucking minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. I'm not. Listen, I'm booing her as like a fan because, like, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
that's me.
Yeah.
To be fair, right now, I'm cheering her against Lyra. That's just me. I'm very bipolar.
So I didn't get to finish Raw with all the traveling this week. It was catching up on WWE.
There was
but
a
there
really
was
good line by
so,
Lyra.
Well, yeah, there was. I did see the promo.
Yeah.
And God, what I don't even know what I think. I can't remember what match I'm in the middle of. I'm about halfway through the show, but I did see the promo. I did make a note here because I'm watching. We're sitting up here and listening to it. And I'm just like, and it's the garbage promo, right? And it was very pointed. And then it turned into a recycling promo with Lyra. And then I'm sitting here with Missy, and we're just like, is she like sending a message to Seth to take out the trash? Like, what is happening here? It was a very
Yeah.
peculiar promo. It feels like something that was written 10 years ago that it would be a Vince approved promo. I think good things are happening, but the biggest hit sometimes I find with WWE is we're going to send a bunch of women out to do a promo on the mic in the Miller Ring, and it falls so flat, and it's so usually terrible. And it's usually just like, you know, all the women come out that want the belt and something turns into a tag team match.
Yes.
You know, whatever. It's so...
Wash, rinse, and repeat.
It really is.
It is.
You know.
I think, and I could be completely wrong because I don't work there. Trying to.
And respectfully...
No, my mom does.
and respectfully, booking like
Booking a
12
show,
hours
yeah.
a week of wrestling is insane.
Yeah,
so
I
they're
just
not going to hit it
think
all the time. But
they should be there. Like I think how I think of it is they're given a script, right?
absolutely.
But the script that is being written for them isn't being written by them,
Yeah.
right? Obviously.
The
so
same
it's
problem
not
that
in their own. It's
yeah.
not like I don't know if they know how to adapt their character into it. Now, the one thing I did like from that promo, and I said this to my friend. 'cause
We're
we were
talking
watching
about the Becky Lynch garbage promo?
Yes.
Okay.
I always like when heels, because I hate when someone, like a heel's cutting a promo, and they immediately stop when they hear the babyface's music. Becky said, "Oh, here we go," da, 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 like kept talking on it.
She reacts
I
to it.
love
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Instead of just stop, why are you stopping? I would continue to talk my shit.
Yeah.
Ava comes out,
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Wow, look, she's coming out. Wow, she has some courage."
Yeah,
I would
fuck
talk
this
my
bitch.
shit.
I'm gonna keep going.
I'm gonna keep going until they cut the mic off. Like
Yeah.
I love that.
And I love that
Believe my
idea that
mic.
like I'm not going to let you enjoy
Yeah,
her entrance
to
music
me-
or whatever, right?
Yeah, with heel Becky right now, to me, that's her character.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I just think Becky's been around for a while, right? Like I know Lyra's been wrestling for a couple years, but like in the Fed, she's been there for like just a little bit.
Yeah,
She
she's
just needs
still
to-
a new kid.
Yeah, people. I think they just need to mold their, like, take what you're given,
Mm-hmm.
and like I do this all the time, but I try to greenlight it with a veteran somewhere. Make it your own, like whether it's how your delivery is, or if you add like a little spice into it, something to make it your own instead of it's like no, that way it's not just like I'm reading a script.
Yeah.
That way
Yeah.
it doesn't fall flat.
Yeah.
Like Paul Heyman's good at that, where like that promo at the beginning where he was talking. And they were booing him, and he stopped, and he was looking around like, can y'all shut the fuck up so I can finish? Like, I'm trying to say something important.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And he let him go, and then he said, I think it was like, I found a stray big dog on an island of relevant or something. That's like, you know, they're just trying to get everything out. But, yeah, I like that promo. I think the match is going to be good at Backlash, too.
Oh yeah. Looking forward to that.
Lyra scares me because anyone that doesn't wear knee pads is just put them down.
Most Europeans don't. Like, if
I
they come
know.
over
Pete
here.
Dunne, who is also in my family tree somewhere, he doesn't... He just posted today. He has a haircut, so
No.
he has a new baby too. Congratulations, Pete Dunne. I know you're not watching, but congratulations, Pete Dunne.
In the rare chance you are, though.
Unc, what's up?
Congratulations.
What's up, Unc? No, but yeah. So like, yeah, any European, like I know Nystrom doesn't really wear knee pads, and I'm like, that's a big man coming at you with no knee pads. I had to wrestle without knee pads in practice once because I got my knee tattooed and I couldn't wear knee pads. If I still had the match, I looked like Pete Dunne. I was wrestling Kanan Christopher in the practice match, and my hair was down, and I looked like Pete Dunne. I legit looked like Pete Dunne. It was insane. But yeah, I was like, man, I can't do anything. I was like, I don't want to like drop to my knees on this mat and like blow my knees are already shit. I was like, I'm trying not to do that. But it's gonna be a good match though. I'm excited for
absolutely. And I'm glad to see like it feels like people are getting behind Lyra.
Yeah.
You know, I was worried she was getting a little flat for a while. Like people didn't know what to do
said
with
the
her.
same thing. I wish
and-
she would have had a singles match instead of Mania. To be fair,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
I was kind of pissed when Becky came back. I literally walked out of my house. Even though I knew it was gonna happen, I kind of walked out. Because like, I wanted Chelsea also on the show, whether it was a pre-show or something. Like, Chelsea, in my opinion, has been the best women's mid-card champion.
Absolutely.
Even
Just
after her
gold,
reign.
absolute gold.
After her reign, I don't know if you like follow her on Instagram, but she posted a video of her holding her little, the thing that goes on the podium for the president. And she was like, the hashtag was like Chelsea 2025 or something like that or whatever. It's like rerun. She was like, and it was like, I've been impeached or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was walking down the hallway. She's like, I'm gonna put my name and face up there with like real Americans, like walking past like all these musicians' names, and then like stuck it on the wall next to some, like right on top of someone's name. And I was like, this is gold. Like,
She's so
she's so good.
She's so good and she's so underrated. Like people don't take her seriously, and I'm like, are you blind? Like what?
I loved her hot mess stuff in TNA. Hot mess stuff in TNA was great.
I love that it's still referenced in her song.
Oh,
Like
yes.
that's
I'm a
that,
hot mess.
and that's so
Yes.
unusual. Like before the TNA connection and stuff. Like you can tell like somebody did it in this music and didn't tell somebody that would care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like slip that in there.
Yeah,
You know?
where WWE themes sometimes fall flat, she is probably in the top 5 for me because it's just that good.
There was so much presentation is what Samantha Irvin was doing with her intro.
I miss
you
Samantha
know,
Irvin
yes,
just for that.
Yes.
Because I do it all the
absolutely.
time when she comes out because the person doesn't do it now. I don't know who the new ring announcer is, but it's like I'll scream it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, so I just wanted like just visual representation of Lyra having a one-on-one match at Mania and Chelsea having a one-on-one match at Mania. And like I said, I'm going to say it now, my favorite 4 horsewoman is Bayley. It has always been Bayley. Bayley in me has proven herself the most. She's the workhorse of the group. And to me, she has less drama.
Her contract's coming up at some point here. She was on Chris
Yes,
Van
I
Vliet's
think so.
thing, and everyone like there's rumors of her going to AEW to be with Mercedes.
I wouldn't do that.
And I was like,
That's just me. I'm not Bayley though.
but Becky was on somebody's podcast. I don't know what they're talking about, and she was like, "Yeah, Bayley's so confused. She's probably paying $100 a month to text her best friend." And I was like, "Yo, that is hilarious."
So there was a video, and if I can find it, I'll send it to you, Sorg. But it was a backstage video. It was a couple of WrestleManias or so ago. But Bayley took the video, and it was Bayley, Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte all getting their hair done, and no one like knew who they were sitting by. Like they were just on their phones, whatever, getting ready. And Bayley had to say something. Was like, "Guys, this is the one time we're in a room together." And they went, "Oh fuck, oh," and then they got really excited because they didn't know they were literally like a foot from each other. Like it was wild. But it was just like stuff like that. It's like, okay, like I always wanted the 4 horsewomen of wrestling versus the 4 horsewomen of MMA to wrestle.
Yes.
You know, I don't think Jessamine and Marina got a fair shake. To be
But
fair,
also Marina's doing. I love what
Marina's doing great.
Marina with Moxley has been tremendous.
She's doing great, and the whole "I'm gonna take my socks off and throw it in the crowd" is money.
Yes.
Money.
Yes.
She knows what she's doing. As an MMA person myself, she knows exactly what she's doing. Though you wouldn't catch me wrestling bare feet. That's scary. That's scary. Shout out to Victor Benjamin who does that.
Yes. And Speedball.
And Speedball and Riddle, Matt, he does it too still. But yeah, like Bayley's been my favorite. I hope she doesn't go to AEW. I didn't see that though. It
wasn't. People were talking about it. It's not like she said she was.
Yeah, but it's
I
not
know
like
her
dirt sheets.
contract's coming
Could
up.
you see her doing a drop in kind of doing the tour like kind of Mercedes has, where she hit Stardom and New Japan Strong and maybe some Mexico and everything like that? Because I think that's the thing. Like, you know, WWE is huge and it's a grind, right?
Yeah.
And to step away to, you know,
reevaluate,
be a wrestler again for one thing.
Yeah.
You know, hey, let's see what's going on in Mexico. Although I guess Mexico's coming to them.
That's
now,
what I was gonna
but
say. I was
yeah.
like, the amount of matchups that they're gonna have now. Like, there's a lot of matchups I want to see with Bayley and some AAA girls.
It's very interesting to see. You know, and of course, this AAA thing is kind of very new, and we're kind of seeing what. I guess we'll get a preview of it here in June.
People are flipping out
you know.
over Alberto Del Rio.
I saw he was an official signee. Yeah,
but it's not by WWE. He's just still on.
He's just still on AAA.
Yeah, he's still on
okay.
AAA. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I flipped out too. I was like, bruh.
And there's a lot of people. You know, there's probably going to be a phase of their transitioning contracts to
Yeah.
TKO.
I was about to say, to be
Who
fair,
sticks around?
Yeah,
you
I
know.
think the biggest one they're keeping is Vikingo.
Oh,
he
of
was
course.
shown
He
at
got a
Mania.
Mania moment.
He
yeah,
got a Mania moment. And to be like, there's like, honestly, I would pay to see him wrestle Americano.
Mhm.
I would pay to see that.
Mhm.
Any of the Lucha Bros, Mysterio, like that. There's just so many money matches.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
I saw Vikingo wrestle
Man.
live like a couple feet from me.
I
It
was
wild.
excited to see Escobar and Ray Phoenix the other night on SmackDown.
I did not get to see that. Was
I
it
don't
good?
think anybody in what Des Moines gave a shit, unfortunately.
That sucks, man.
But yeah, because it was a really soft night. It felt like so, and I was wearing headphones, so I could hear the crowd.
So okay, would that have been like a couple weeks after Mania though? Like you just had so many surprises.
That
You're
is true.
probably like waiting for
Yeah.
a surprise and like you didn't.
Maybe
get it.
that's it, but also there's no Cena. Orton comes out in promos. Like there was like your main event was the women's tag match, right?
Who was in that match?
That was the Naomi Jade. Oh geez.
Was it Tiffy and Jade versus
Tiffy-
Naomi and Nia?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, because I know
Which
like
just
I know they're
feels-
doing Tiffy and Nia again. I'm like, okay,
It feels
we're
like
doing
a
this again.
throwaway, throw everybody in a tag match to do the
Yeah.
story
Okay,
thing,
yeah, yeah.
But which also was a terrible promo going into it, group.
To
thing.
be fair, Naomi's heel shit is good.
Mhm.
I dig it.
Mm-hmm.
Her
Oh yeah,
match
yeah,
with
yeah,
Jade
yeah.
at Mania was
I like it.
probably like
And
for
there-
that night probably second for me.
And it wasn't just like and I don't want to be like, oh, the women have bad promos. It's like I think the women are given bad promos.
Oh yeah.
Or like because I think there's still a segment of them that are not treated
Mm-hmm.
the way that they should be. You see a lot of stretched backstage drama,
Reoccurring.
soap opera stuff at NXT for sure.
Yes.
Like every women's feud seems to start in the locker room
yeah.
over some catty comment.
Yeah, yeah, I've noticed that because the only women besides Jordan Grace that I care about on NXT is Zarya, who is my sister and my family tree. We're gonna keep this family tree going. And there's always something like she's always backstage with Sol Ruka, which I love that tag team. I'm just saying that moment on the ladder was fantastic. Let me just say, I watched it at work and I was having a blast. But yeah, I've noticed that. Yes, it's the common like it's like the WWE games. Like if you're playing like the Road to WrestleMania, it always starts in the locker room and then ends in the ring. Yeah.
Yep. And then, but you get somebody like, and obviously you bring somebody like Stephanie McClure, who's more seasoned.
Oh my god.
And obviously Julia's getting already pretty much the call up. You think
Oh my-
Julia and Roxy would be the team
Listen.
you'd be seeing?
Listen, I didn't know I needed to see Rhea versus Roxanne, and I didn't know that I needed to see Roxanne versus Io, and I didn't know that I really wanted to see Rhea and Io versus Julia and Roxanne. But I am like I think I posted on my story when they posted Rhea versus Roxanne. I was like, ladies and gentlemen, let them fucking cook. And then like when they did it, I literally reposted. I was like, they fucking delivered because I like had a blast with it. And then when I watched the Io match, I was like, oh my god, this is like because like they came back from commercial break and she did a fucking arm drag off the top rope, and I'm like, that's such a wild place to come from commercial break from, but cool, And then like the match with Stephanie Vancouver and Io. The women's division on
That
Raw
was
right now with those five cooking. Cooking.
That was there in person for the EO and
were you?
Stephanie won.
Okay.
That was very, and everybody knew. You know what I mean? And again, it's the Mania crowd, so
I
they're
was
very
like,
tuned
because
in.
my friend
but-
didn't believe me. I was like, I think it's gonna be Stephanie. He's like, no, and I was like, I fucking told you. I told you. What did I say?
And now she's had like 2 matches on Raw. She's basically main roster, walking around with the NXT belt,
Yes.
which shows you how much like
That means.
But she's like she's not coming off the indies and just being a thing.
Yeah.
Like she's coming in a superstar, and it happened
yeah.
quick. I remember when
devil's kiss for you.
when I was working the New Japan show, the one where Mercedes got hurt and Willow won the belt, the first Strong Championship.
Yes.
And I remember seeing like her. She just like seemed like the random addition in the tournament, like the obvious like hey get by person, but she like really kind of stuck out. You know, it was and it's that kind of, and you couldn't put your finger on it like on my side, but like hearing like Bubba talk about on Busted Open about how like the way how crisp she is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it's like they're not coming out of NXT that crisp.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I just found out that how old she was because her birthday just passed.
Oh,
And
yeah?
I didn't realize she was like 32.
Wow.
I did not know that. I thought she was like 20
you know what? But she comes off. There's definitely a level of maturity there.
Oh yeah,
right?
and so I didn't know who she was. Like I remember the match on AEW with her and Mercedes. That was about it. But I didn't know who she was. But then when she came to NXT, I liked the look. I liked the theme. It was very metal. And then I started following her, and she would always post stuff like she was doing like Supreme Kai or that band something. I can't remember the band's name off the top of my head. But she would post all this stuff and all this metal stuff, and I'm like, huh. So I did some research and I watched her matches. Like, holy shit,
And she's
this
literally a god.
this is amazing. I was like, I wish I found. It was like that moment where it's like, I wish I found you sooner, because like you would probably be in my top 5 of like inspirations of like, damn, you know what I mean? Because like I'm not gonna lie, sorry Ava, I might start like we all steal from people. I might start doing the devil's kiss because it's like, cool, it's fucking over. Like it's like the amount of memes. There was another meme where when she faced Io, she went and did that leg drop on Io. I don't know if anybody saw Io's face, but they zoomed in on Io's face and she looked like really happy to take a leg drop.
I remember that. Yeah.
From fucking Stephanie. It was like really great. But it's like it's over because like I know Charlotte did like that's the devil's kiss at Mania. I was like,
It's the leg
And,
thing,
like,
right, where she like.
yeah, it's the leg thing where she puts you in like the triangle choke and then she rolls over and it's like it's what Marco does.
Yeah, it's
too.
what Marco.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
Marco
say
Narciso does it.
There's
Yeah.
so many people that do that now, and I'm like,
Some people can do
Brother.
it though.
Yeah.
Some people can do it. Like I want to do it with my baby face stuff because like it's fucking over. Like how would I do it as a heel? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and everybody's got like that. That Booker T reaction. That
Oh yeah. Yeah. There was some memes where it's like Booker T is definitely sleeping on the couch. 100%.
for sure.
100%
Oh my
sleep
I
on
love
the
when
couch.
I love when it goes so bad where like Vic like basically wants to hand him a towel afterwards.
But you know what's crazy
Yeah.
is the crowd does it too.
Yeah.
You notice
Yeah.
that now? The
Yeah.
crowd says it
Yep.
too.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's great.
It reminds me of the old Shucky Ducky Quack Quack that they used to do all the
very
time.
much is.
It was
And
that.
it's one of those like, and again, it's one of those like, what the fuck is this? Until it comes so much, it gets over, right?
Yeah,
So,
legit.
anyways, hey, a lot of stuff we're talking reference a lot of things that you guys are into. A lot of it's over at indiewrestling.us. You can see matches with Lexus and Ava.
Go watch it
amongst
now.
what Prospect Pro Wrestling. We got you guys over on 880 Wrestling.
Yeah.
Where else? VCW, where
Yeah.
you
can watch
kick
me.
kick Zeke's
Zeke.
head off. Did you
And
find
then-
that match, by the way, you were looking for? Did we figure that out?
I didn't watch the link you sent me.
Oh,
I was very
That's
busy.
the ADHD for you guys.
it's the
Wow, that's so mean.
Get over it.
It's the one where
She's making fun of my disability. Are we gonna
I
stand
have
for the-
ADHD too.
I don't
What?
know
I'm
that.
making fun of
Jeez,
our
what
disabilities.
is happening here? First of all, let's reference something here. Let's
Okay.
catch up. Why are you guys here other than
I was invited.
You sliding in my DMs and saying I'm coming
Don't
back on
say
the
it
show.
like
well,
that.
Wait, did I say
Sorry,
it
what
wrong?
did
I'm
you-
First
sorry.
of all,
not do
I
that.
did not say that. I
We
said.
did
Apologies,
not
I
do
missed
that.
First of all, I said
We get a lot
Sorg.
of
We
weird
have an idea.
texts after that
And
now.
Sorg said I would love
I'm
to
not
have you
good
guys
with
come
the
down
terms.
here.
Anyways, so this
We're gonna
video's
get
going
canceled.
around.
Yes.
It kind of got around
Of
a
her
good bit.
assaulting me or trying to.
Of just
You know what?
this conversation that was happening here
Were-
at
was it
low-key
intermission.
mad at Facebook because
Was it 4 million views?
And a rare instance
Yeah,
where
I
Glenn
shouldn't be
isn't
paid
talking
for
in the
this.
background.
Yeah, he
Glenn
literally
isn't
just
paying
said, "That's my
attention.
student. I'm gonna let her handle it."
Yeah, there you go.
He's like, "I'm trying to sell my gimmicks."
he's
So
in
what's-
there.
He's like, if you watch him,
Glenn
he does
and
this,
Cowpoke.
He looked like he was
Like-
gonna say something right before we went at it, and I was watching it back, and I was like, I
Cowpoke
wonder what
looks-
he was thinking.
So
in
the
that
kid,
moment.
who was the kid next to Cowpoke? I don't remember his name.
Connor Knox, I think.
He looks scared to death.
Yeah, he.
And I don't know if I told you this, but when I got taken to the back, Axel came up and found me, and he said, "What, brother? What the fuck was that?" I was like, "What?" He's like, "Are you good?" I was like, "Oh, it's a work, brother." I was like, "It's a work, right?" And he was like,
we had so many wrestlers think
the only
that.
like what was it? 4 people. It was me, you,
Mhm.
Brandon,
And Dean.
and Dean. 4
That-
people,
that was
and
it.
and the refs.
Yeah.
So it was like 6 people. Only those people knew what the fuck was going
we
on.
told nobody.
My friends came to that show because I was on the poster and I thought I was
Mhm.
doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And they saw me in the back walking around by the curtain and they're like, "Come out here." I was like, I walked the other way. And then when I came out, they ran over and they were like I went into like, they texted me the next day and they were like, "What the fuck was that?" And whatever it was fantastic. So guess what? They're coming Saturday to watch the show.
There
I
you go.
sold
It worked.
tickets. I
It
sold
worked.
tickets.
It worked.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was legit cool because like when other people like think, like when wrestlers think it's real, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh.
And if you watch that video
Oh.
and you like zoom in, you have Ron Mathis in the back, I
Yes.
think, and he's like looking. You have Sam Beal.
I think
and
it works that
he's-
we're in street clothes too.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I think that's another reason why it blew up too. Cause like if like
That's why everyone thinks we got told we were ghettos so many times.
oh absolutely,
And
she
they
got
got
by the
called-
way,
we got
I was noticing the
absolutely-
hair tie up here.
Hair tie.
For
Someone was
instance.
like,
So-
she took 3 to 5 business days
So
to pull up her
here
hair. I was
was-
like, the video's 35 seconds.
Here's the thing though. So when we did it, in the video, I don't know if you heard me. We're getting in our faces. She does the hair tie pull up, and I'm like, "Where's the refs?" because they're supposed to
we-
be there. Because I was like, we don't want to touch each other.
Yeah.
And then that was the point. I was like, fuck it, I have to do something.
And then I
And
got
that's
shit
when
for that because they're like, you just let her push you and do nothing. And then they're like,
Absolutely.
oh, she got pushed and now she's acting like a chihuahua. And I was like, you know what? If any of you would say this shit, you would not say this
So,
shit to me if
yeah.
you saw me in person.
And there was other things. She was like, oh, the big girl can't fight. And I'm like, that's hilarious. You
I
should go
love-
on my page.
By the way, I love the comment. Pretty boy smooth. She put her hair up. I'm proud.
Yeah.
I'm a proud big bro.
I
Legit.
love PB. Oh my god, he's
PB
like
is so
one of
sweet.
he's one of the biggest mentors that I have, and like he has really helped me through some shit. So like whenever I see him comment something like that, I'm like, hell yeah.
So PB was the reason why I started doing a big boot now. This big boot I've been doing that's fucking devastating. I've never realized that. Wow, I should just put my leg up and just stop bitches in their places.
Okay.
I did it to
Effective.
I did it to Riley Storm in a practice match, and when I hit her, she went down really fast, and she grabbed her jaw, and I was like, oh fuck, and I was like, well, and I moved to the side. I started talking shit to like Brandon K and everybody that was watching the practice match, and I was like, well, apologize later, I guess, but she was fine. I think I hit Ava with it before, in like in the RSW match. Yeah, so he was the one that told me. So thank you, PB. So he was like, you should do a big boot, and I was like, I don't wear boots. I wear wrestling shoes. Like I don't have boots.
I don't wear boots.
And he was like, just fucking, you're big, fucking do it. So I started doing it, and they like I said, I did it in the practice match, and right after the match, they were like, save that big boot. That shit looks nasty. Like, don't let them get up from that fast. You know what I mean? But no, it was, like I said, it was crazy. It was just money. And when we wrestled, so we've been involved with each other for I don't know how many months now. But we just had our
in multiple places.
at multiple
Yeah.
places. Yes.
You're on the tour, if you will.
We are on the
We
tour.
have every
Listen, it's gonna
dynamic
get
You're working the territory.
legit. It's gonna. I wish VCW was still running because I want to run this shit there too at the moment. But we finally got to lock up 1-on-1 at RSW. We no practice match. We like really nothing like that. The only other thing we did was like that mixed tag match. I think. Yeah. We haven't done nothing.
We didn't really do a whole lot in that either.
Yeah.
Well, the pip fight one, right?
That yeah.
I
But what
think-
I'm talking about
I
like.
guess we had two. Then.
Oh, what I'm talking about is what nobody else involved, just me and her, right? Because it's like I want to see if this really works. Because with those other matches, you have other fucking stuff going on. Like you can't. Come on, I'm trying to get my shit in, brother. I can't get my shit in with the
I'm trying
fucking
to get
birds
my
there. They're
shit
gonna.
in, brother.
No offense, I love the birds, but like it's we had to work heat and all this stuff. I can't get my whole shit in. I can't get my whole gimmick in. Like I,
Like,
wanna
I
get
can't just beat the fuck out of her.
yeah, I can't
Come
just beat the
on.
fuck out of her and do every move I want to do in the book. So when we went to RSW and we did the 1-on-1 match and we came to the back, it went off without a hitch. I told her, I was like, I'm not trying to inflate your ego, but that was the most confident that I felt with someone that I've never touched a day in my life. It was like the chemistry. So Noir told me this. He was like, I think you, shout out to Noir, hi babe. He was like, I think what you and Ava have is gonna be really special. And like honestly, I'm starting to agree with it. From the video, how it blew up, from the RSW match, which I've gotten messages from the RSW people how good it was. We want to do a bull rope match. I'm still trying to get that worked into. Female bull rope match.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't think that I've ever seen
There
one
was
of
one
those.
on
Exactly, that's what
AEW
I'm
a while
saying.
ago.
Okay.
Because all these
But-
women, they go straight to hardcore matches, and I'm
Yeah.
like, but who's ever done a bull rope match?
My friend Googled. It was an AEW one, but it was not that good. No
Yeah.
offense. But like, and then like I said, then we just did like the tag matches. But it's like I've never felt that confident and like chill, like and not nervous
Yeah.
with someone that I haven't like touched. Because like I said, we have never really done a practice match together. We've only done tag matches or little skits from like the Rise thing. And hello.
Don't mind him. He's picking up his shit.
Being sneaky.
Don't worry about that. You have an audience today. This is rare.
I always have an audience. Listen, I
Well,
told
there you
you.
go.
Let me.
Yeah, I'm seeing
Hi,
this.
Mom. I know you're watching.
Yeah, I'm seeing
let
the
me,
chat room.
Let me. Let me just slash a cheek. Anyway.
Save it for Patreon.
Anyway, but yeah. So like I said, I think I agree with my boyfriend that we have something really special. I can't wait for Saturday because if I already got something greenlit, and I swear to God, if they take it away from me, I'm crashing the fuck out.
And what's Saturday?
Rise at Uniontown Mall, Saturday, May 10th. Come watch me beat the shit out of Ava Brooks and Slam and Sammy.
Well, and it's like, what day is it?
Today is Tuesday.
Okay.
Get your days right.
I've
It's the
Anyway.
ADHD.
But it's like we haven't been announced yet.
Womp womp.
So
Did we just
what's
announce it?
going
Did
on?
we just announce it here?
I did.
Breaking news.
That's
there you
basically
go.
what she just did. I'm sitting here. I'm like, I don't know if we were supposed to say that.
I don't know if we're supposed to say it either, but to be fair.
Well, we're live, pal, and
fuck it. We're
It's
live.
out there now.
Yeah, if it doesn't happen, oh well, I'm sorry. I don't book the show. This is what I was told. I mean, come on now.
I just show up and they're like, Eva, do this, and I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, this is
literally,
what I'm doing. And I
I
go.
just now show up, and then
I've started to take the card subject to change so literally because
Yeah.
whenever I take a booking, it's like, okay, I'm going to this show. I'm not getting my hopes up on like one set thing. So
Uh-huh.
I'm like, it's more than likely going to change. So I'm like, I'm booked for the show. What am I doing? I don't know. Find out, I guess.
The show.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, but
like, what else would you be doing at this point?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean
So-
that's what happened with the last show. Like I said, we were on the poster, and I thought we were doing stuff, right? Because we were building up towards it, and then we weren't doing anything, and we got kind of like a little upset. But then we were like, we have an idea.
Yeah.
'cause
I was
we
like,
had
we
to
have
cut
to
that
give these
promo.
something.
Yeah, because we cut that promo, and then like me and her went to Dean and was like, hey, we have an idea. Like let us take the ball and run with it. And they said yeah, and we did it, and now look, 4 million views.
That was crazy. I've gotten 7,000 followers on Facebook from that. And this is what pisses me off, though. You have to have 10,000 followers on Facebook to get paid, right? I should be getting paid for that fucking video.
Wow, she's crashing out. Why are you yelling? You're yelling in my ear. That's insane. That was really
Get
loud.
over it, Lexus.
Jeez.
I'm
Stop
very
yelling
mad.
at me.
I'm very mad. We should be getting paid for that.
I mean, I can get paid for other ways, but you know,
I'm a kid. I'm not doing that.
Okay, those are again like your first time. How old are you again?
I'm 18.
Uh-oh.
I'll be
You're
19.
18.
Yeah, I'll be 19
I'm-
in June.
How long have you been? Well, you've been wrestling for less than a year officially, right?
Yeah, I debuted on my 18th birthday with Katie.
wow.
That was the Katie Arquette match.
Yep,
that is
at
on,
2PW.
and that's
It
on.
makes
I
me
believe
feel
it's on our
old.
YouTube for 2PW Prospect Pro Wrestling. And I think that does get a lot of views. Actually, your match with AJ Alexander, we posted it and got a lot of traction as well.
That one, and I just checked I was watching the Tatiana and Lena one the other day too, because I was clipping stuff for a promo for a different company. Both those matches are at like 3.5 thousand views, and I'm
Yep.
like, oh my god.
Women's wrestling is hot. Right
Yes,
now. I'm not
absolutely.
gonna lie though, she makes me feel really old when she says her age out loud.
How do you think I
My
feel?
ba-
I
my
always thought that
back
Lexus was like
hurts
closer to my
now.
age, and then when she I was like,
I appreciate that with all sincerity.
I was like, girl, what do you mean?
I am 26, about to be 27, but I feel like I'm 35. Wrestling.
Wrestling.
Yay!
Yeah, when she was like, "Oh, I thought you were like 20," I was like,
Yeah, I thought she was closer to my age, and she was like, I'm 26, and I was like, I'm sorry, but what?
"Wow, I'm sorry that you're old."
Sorry.
Sorry,
Yeah.
but that's not my problem.
Wow. But listen, I still kicked the shit out of her. So like, the video I posted on my Facebook, you should go watch it. I kicked the shit out of her with a really cool song.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, I
that
can't
was-
play it on here.
That's
'cause of
okay, you can
YouTube,
mute
but,
it.
You
That
know.
Yeah, we don't need her sound. Fuck her.
Fuck Ava.
Wow.
Fuck Ava.
Wow.
I'll push you through this window like the barbershop window. I don't want to play with this.
Well, Ava, I did see. Oh no, it just went away. I did see you do
Oh.
have a match here in 2 weeks with Pagasa, and you're
Yeah.
defending that championship
Yep.
right there.
2 out
How-
of 3 falls.
If you
different
don't win
stipulations.
that,
It's
I'm
2 out of
beating
3
your ass.
falls. Okay.
Yeah, so
okay.
the first stipulation is a regular standard match.
Mhm.
Second one is no DQ, and the third one, if we get that far, is last man standing.
I would be there,
Wow.
but for protecting her, I got suspended.
Mm.
Isn't that some
You
bullshit?
know what? I need to talk to RWA management because what the fuck is
Isn't that
this?
some
Chris
bullshit?
Helmsley can continue to
Chris
get in my
Helmsley's gonna
business,
get-
but my friend gets suspended
Chris
for
Helmsley.
helping me
Chris Helmsley is gonna get annihilated. I saw that today. He's gonna get annihilated by Super Oprah.
You know what? He gets everything that's coming to him.
I literally
I
wanted to
do
laugh
not
at it.
care.
To be fair, he shared that video of me kicking you in the face. By the way, I had to heart it. I'm sorry. He shared my stuff.
Chris is a bitch, okay?
Yeah, he
Let's
is.
just Say
He's
what?
a bald-headed bitch.
Let's
Tag
just call
Chris
it what it
Helmsley.
is.
Bald-headed bitch. Free my boy Daniel Nova.
Yeah,
It's a
for
different
real.
company.
What?
Daniel Nova is a servant at Rise for Chris
Super
Helmsley.
Oprah.
Did you say a
is my-
servant?
Yes, he's a butler.
He's a butler.
He's a butler for Chris Helmsley.
at
I
Rise.
feel
Yes,
so
Google it.
bad for him.
Yes, Pat Angel, God bless him, is trying to free him.
Yeah.
It's not working really well.
Okay.
See, my method would be just beat the shit out of Chris Helmsley, and then Isaac's free.
I don't know why anyone has like I've slapped the shit out of Chris before. I'll do it again if we need to.
I'll
'cause,
kick him in the
like,
dome. It's not a hard target to miss.
I slap him, turn to you, you knock
Bam!
him out. Boom.
There
See?
you go.
There
You
you
try
go.
not to
Problem
laugh there,
solved.
Sorg.
explain to me again this championship. It was AIWF,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a world championship, and there's a lot of contention about world championships when we have our discussions backstage with, at RWA.
This is a world championship.
But this is a world. What did something actually makes that a world championship, right?
Yeah. So there's been a long. It's not super long, but it's a longer list of women that have had this and taken it all over the world. AIWF has so many, like, it kind of runs like NWA is, but it's a little bit bigger. There's 150 promotions in like 50 countries.
Okay, and this is the Allied Independent Wrestling Federation.
Yes.
That we're talking about here. If anybody wants to look that up.
So, but yeah, we've taken it all over the world. I've been trying to do the most that I can with the time that I have it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll defend it against Pegasa on the 17th, and then if that
at
works,
RWA.
And like
yeah,
I
and
said,
I'll be in South Carolina at the end of the month, and if I still have the belt, then hopefully I beat her. I'll bring this down with me, and that match will be for it. But there's a lot of cool things coming up as long as I can pull through and keep this belt that I think is gonna help build its name, because like it's been a belt, but I feel like it's kind of just been tossed around. Like it hasn't really been. No one's really established it yet. So I'm hoping that that's what I can do with it.
If
And it's
you-
a little harder being...
don't beat Pegasa, I'm gonna beat your ass. I know I'm
If-
suspended, but I'll find.
If I don't beat Pegasa, you know what? I'm going to burn my boots.
Whoa,
My wrestling
whoa.
shoes.
Bet, say
one
less.
year in,
I'm gonna hold you
Here
to
it-
that.
Wow.
Listen,
I hold
I'm
myself to a
trying to-
very high
listen.
standard. I have to.
Here's the thing.
I have to pull through on this
I'm
for the
training
RWA
her
crowd.
in the Ohio ways of taking it to the extreme. You know what I'm talking about, Sorg? We talked about this last time. The Ohio ways of extremes. wrestling.
Remind the people that maybe didn't talk about last time.
Deathmatch wrestlers are mainly crazy Ohioans. Hi, I'm a crazy Ohioan.
That seems
We
about
are just
right.
built different. What did you just say?
What did I say?
What
The
did you
N-word.
just?
What, I think I think I'm just agreeing.
That was wild. Anyway, what'd you just call me?
I don't know, honestly.
Anyway.
I'm just researching about AIWF.
Oh
Alright.
my god.
No, so us Ohioans are just built differently as wrestlers, so I'm training her in the ways of taking punishment and dishing it.
Yeah.
That way, if she doesn't beat Pegasa, I have a legit
Because
reason.
you know, like we're not that far into our careers. Like I'm 8 months in, almost 9. Or wait, no, I'm not 8 months in.
I'm
won
a
this at
year
8 months
in.
in. I'm 10 months in,
I'm
almost
gonna say
11.
I'm a year in.
And I get the compliments of like, oh, like you're good for. I don't want to be just good for where I'm at. I want to be great for where I'm at. Actually, I'm tired of being told that I'm just good.
So here's the thing, actually. I got a really good compliment from our match at RSW. And I got told this by Tim as well for someone. I wrestled someone that was only like had 5 matches and they were all against the same person. He said I handled and controlled the match way better than I did for someone who's only a year in.
Mhm.
I took that as a compliment. I was like, damn.
I believe that.
Yeah.
There's definitely
I also get a lot of like, your presence is great.
yeah.
I dig that.
That's one thing that stuck out first time I saw you, because I think when you debuted VCW was one that was post editing or
But like,
something.
damn, that's a big bitch.
Yeah, I'm just like, where? Yeah, I was like, where did she come from?
That's
The
a
back
big
hallway.
bitch.
Yeah,
The back hallway, right across. I ran past Gabe Scapulsi and I jumped the barricade, and then I kicked Zeke, and then I slid out. And Keith Hott's mom, I love Keith. Keith Hott's mom was flipping me off, and I flipped her back, and I kept cussing her out on the way up the ramp before we hit the T-pose. She hated my guts.
I remember that.
I don't remember you there.
I didn't get a.
We weren't
a
that
cha-
close then.
No,
We didn't- I didn't
I
re-
don't think we even talked at that
No,
point.
I think it was a lot of this.
because that was
That was all
'cause
that was.
it was more of like I would help out at VCW. My mom would take pictures, but that was before I
Mom did
debuted.
take pictures.
It was before I debuted, and Beastman was always like, whenever you debut, we'll get a spot for you. But Marshall wanted my debut, so he was respecting that. And then by the time I did debut, VCW kind of slowed down a little bit because Beastman was doing his things, and he went to Japan and everything like that, and he only had like 2 shows. So I'm hoping when VCW comes back,
So I'm gonna say right now,
I can hop on those
Beastman,
shows.
book me versus Ava Brooks.
there you
You
go.
will get your money's worth.
Make
I
it
promise.
happen.
I'm being serious, Beastman. I have film for it with me and her. You'll get your money's worth. I promise.
I'll chop the shit out of her, and she'll spine buster me like a god.
I will throw her through the ceiling. She just wants to beat me to get a reaction. It's like the Hulk.
Listen, it's act
She's the
now,
only one that
ask for
takes my
forgiveness
spine
later.
buster perfectly, by the way. Her and Colby Max.
I feel like I could do better though. I need to.
Well, you
pump
always
myself
improve.
up.
Well, here's the thing. I just started doing the spinning
More.
spine buster. You know what I'm talking about, the turn. And I
feel
did
like
with
it works
her.
so much better for you because you can literally use all of that.
I was always scared of dropping people, but then Abe was like, "You can pick me up," and then I did it,
You
and
can
I was
do
like,
it.
"Damn, that was fun. Let's do it again."
Yeah.
So either way, you guys, of course, you're at RWA. You're around some places too.
I'm at Rise. I'm at VCW when it's running. I'm at RWA. I'm at RSW, obviously. Hello. I'm at. I think that's pretty much it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, and of
Oh,
course, you
ours.
guys will be here down in Uniontown for
Saturday.
Rise Wrestling. Go check that out as
You
well.
better, or I'm gonna step on you.
Yes, go check
And
it
you'll have
out.
to pay me.
The best in Dead Ball Wrestling. We'll be right back after this.
For mercy, you're all alone, unable to handle the pressure of forced mortification. Now let the torture begin.
I'm Eamon,
I'm Merlin,
and we're a gay.
and his NB.
Are you a reality television connoisseur?
Do you like it discussed from an LGBTQ lens?
If so, A Gay and His Envy is the podcast for you.
Hear us break down all your favorite guilty pleasure reality shows from Bravo, Drag Race, and just about everything in between.
Listen to A Gay and His Envy on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
back on the Wrestling Mayhem Show where we're all just sitting here looking pretty.
What's up, big dog?
Yes,
And
I
the prettiest,
love that.
of course, is the Riz.
Absolutely. Right next
Look
with
at
the
that.
100%.
buff eagle.
Look at that.
Probably cake.
That's
them on
right.
Tuesday.
Thing.
This is.
And also,
There you go. Bring in sexy back
I
to
heard John in
podcasting.
the background.
Oh yes,
Buff
Mm-hmm.
Eagle.
buff eagle.
There you go. Buff Eagle is over. We got Lexus in. We got Ava
up,
Brooks
big
here.
dogs?
Yo.
Everybody's just rocking gold and a lightsaber.
Is this Obi-Wan's?
I don't know.
It looks like
I
Obi-Wan's.
think it's an Obi-Wan. It was gifted, so
Was it?
I don't remember. I don't
Is
think
it now mine?
I know
Why not?
because I will have a light. then I won't have a lightsaber.
Take
But
it.
if
Then
it
what am I gonna
disappears
do?
and
Just
ends
take-
up in your car.
What's sword
Then
gonna
That's
do?
what am I
true.
going to do next time I go to Star Wars night in Disneyland?
Buy a new one.
Well, I
got
well,
that
money,
I
Sword. We
should
know
do
you're
it.
rich.
Oh, you-
Yeah, so we know
We
you
know
got
you're rich.
You got that bread.
Use the
You
Patreon
got-
money, sword.
You got that sword.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
after-
yeah. Billy
not
the
after-
alien knows. That's
not
where you
after
keep all the
that new
money. That's why it's
truck.
caked up.
So, jeez. Anyways, we're here, and it's oh, hey, we have to wrap something. We
We
have
do.
one
It's
thing.
been a
Of course, we
while.
were messed up because of like the schedule and the power last week and anything.
Logistics.
But it is time for the final reveal. The final official match is graduating for Mayhem Mania.
We gotta go big or go home. We're down to the gold.
That's right, Mayhem Mania, and presiding over it, and he's so glad it's finally over. It's the
so happy.
Riz. Riz,
I'm
we
so
did it.
happy this is
We
over.
did it.
Now I see why
did it.
Chad didn't want to do this ever again.
That's
after this.
right. That's right. So anyway, yes. So what did we do? We had Patreon in the bank, and
We
then
had Patreon in the bank, and then everything fell apart.
whoa, yeah. Well, I mean, life kind of fell apart for us, but other than
Yeah.
that, yeah,
But we have some matches that we have to make,
We
or
do.
we have to run down here.
mm-hmm.
I might go ahead and like do a little thing on my stream. I don't know if
Okay,
I can
okay.
do most of these.
Okay, you're gonna do a
But-
WWE2K thing.
Yeah, sure,
Nice.
why not?
All right.
So can we start from the ones that were graduated last week?
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know the order. I don't know what that order is.
So we're
Just
going to
go
start
ahead. Go
with-
and tell me, and then I'll bring it up. Okay.
So one of the first matches, one of the last matches that was made, was the random match of Mark Henry versus Shaquille O'Neal.
I'd pay to see that.
Yeah,
Legit.
two grown men
Beefy
meaty
bro-
men.
Yeah, beefy, meaty men.
slapping meat.
Great
Ava's
match.
getting
Great
excited.
match graphics by Team Hammerfist, by the way.
Mhm.
Yes, you are.
Girl.
You're getting excited.
The next one that actually graduated during that same era, that
Mhm.
same poll that we had, was the Steiners match. So Braun Breaker, Scott, and Rick Steiner
hmm
Ooh.
going one-on-one.
What is this
So
picture
each
of
one
Rick
has
Steiner? What is
obviously a
this?
33 and a
That's
third chance
crazy.
percent of winning,
Yeah.
unless you're Scott Steiner, who's a genetic freak and who has 66 and 2/3% chance winning.
hmm
I'm not going to do that entire thing, but
Braun Breaker's chance of winning is his spray tan.
yeah, that's true.
Bro, him and Paul. I think they
Him
tried
and
to see
Paul
who
Heyman.
could get the darkest.
I'm sorry, the meme going around with them standing at the entrance, like when he came out to beat up Sammy, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? And they're
Mhm.
so dark from the spray tan. Like I don't know if you saw what Kevin Owens tweeted, but he was like, "So Rollins, are you gonna get a spray tan
I saw that
too and
before I
join the
got
club? By the
here."
way, I missed you." Yeah, stuff like that. But like I like the memes. Like I
That was
just sent
so
one
funny.
to Christian. It was like my girl with the Applebee's waiter gets my order wrong, and there was like me behind her as Paul Heyman. I was like, "Facts. This has happened before. This has happened before."
Anyways, what was you saying?
Then, well, I mean, first of all, during that beatdown, the only thing I can remember is Seth Rollins just going ham on Braun Breaker while he was preparing for his curb stomp,
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
where he's backing it up.
Oh yeah.
The next match is one of the ones I really want to see it like actually happen. It
Mhm.
may actually happen. 3 of the 4 are on the same like night. So
Mhm.
it's the Lucha Bros versus Motor City Machine Guns.
Yes. And
I mean, yes.
yes. That was a quick
100%
come up
yes.
too. Like that was a late creation in Mayhem Mania, wasn't it?
That would actually be a
It
really good
was.
match.
Mhm.
I would pay for that.
I think that was a make a match and then graduate the match
Mhm. Mhm.
portion of that show.
Yes.
And then there was the, Bailey versus Mercedes Moné versus Jordan Grace versus Julia versus Stephanie Vicure,
Mhm.
which was made by the anonymous Mayhem Mania general manager.
Maybe
which
soon
I
to be
thought
not
I
anonymous
was-
anymore, by the way.
What?
Maybe soon to be not anonymous.
Maybe
I'm
not
hearing through the
anonymous.
grapevine.
They were able to use Mercedes Moné because they were in that bracket in Patreon in the bank.
Mm-hmm. In the
that was
Monet,
fun.
in the Monet section.
In the Monet section, yes. We should change that to the Monet section. Anyways, that's
We
the
should, actually.
that's the first Bailey we have.
Mm-hmm.
Next one we have Bailey Humphrey
Mm-hmm.
from
Who's ripping it
LFG.
up on Evolve, I
Bro,
understand. Oh, LFG,
she's-
I'm sorry, LFG.
No, she just got eliminated off LFG.
No way.
Yeah.
Have you seen her finishing move?
I've
I'll
not
be-
watched LFG.
I would be damned if someone came up and said you're taking this. I'd be like, yeah, okay.
You're
Always.
funny.
So Bailey Humphrey
You should-
versus.
You should really do that move.
Mm-mm.
Versus Becky Lynch with special guest referee Liv Morgan.
There you go.
I think
Fuck
the
you
special
up.
guest referee portion was all the way back in.
Yeah, that was
fight.
early. That was early.
Yeah. And then we have B-Fab and Meechin versus Spitfire.
How did this match?
know
Like,
what?
like this is like I'm not the like. It doesn't seem like a match that would have made it, but it was like it
No,
was a
it
sleeper
did,
hit
'cause
on the Mayhem
For some
Mania.
reason,
Meechin's really good.
Tina Keys always has a way to
Mhm.
sneak in a match like this.
Yeah, yeah. The match you
He's
want
like
to see.
one of the match whisperers.
It was on Mayhem Mania so long that Spitfire were TNA Tag Champions when we started. So.
Speaking of Tina Keys,
Mm-hmm.
she also created this match, kind of.
Mm.
It's Bart Gunn as Doink the Clown,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like the new version of this. Yeah.
yes, versus Jacob Fatu
Okay.
versus Oba Femi.
That's
Actually,
amazing.
I think somebody was put in here before. It wasn't.
Yeah, there's some
was it this-
alteration.
There was some moving around. I forgot who it was. I think I might have graduated this match with my randomness.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Tina. And finally,
Finally,
your main event for
this
this
is
Mayhem
what we
Mania.
want. This is definitely the main event of Mayhem Mania. We foreshadowed with this one, didn't
This
we?
was yours, wasn't
This
it,
was
sir?
me. This was me. I'm very happy
This was
with this.
all you.
Man, I
Uh,
didn't jump.
it
I
is-
jumped out of the seat so hard when I saw Hendry at Mania. Like that was
Yeah.
a moment.
Yep. And you named it. It's Joe Hendry versus John Cena.
Say his name. I
I like that.
believe in
I like
Joe
that face
Hendry.
that Hendry's making there.
It's good stuff.
Very cheeky.
He's a cheeky gentleman, isn't he?
So we all believe in Joe Hendry, correct?
Mhm.
I'm
Indeed,
glad.
indeed.
Ava,
love
do
it.
you believe in Joe Hendry?
I do.
She took too long to answer. She doesn't.
Man, that was
That
rough.
was-
I
That
didn't-
was a
I didn't like that
hesitation.
pause.
Thank you.
I don't know if that was a pause of answering or finding the
Watch,
right
Sword,
over the
ask
mic.
me.
I was like looking at my phone.
We
so
were
I was,
looking at a scary cat in the hat video.
Oh,
No, there's this guy on Instagram and he does all of these like.
It's
he'll
actually
edit
really
them
good.
so it looks like a murdered
Yeah.
mystery.
It was like the
documentary
live
thing.
action. You know what I'm talking about? The
And
live action one?
these kids have no attention span, Riz.
I have
It's-
ADHD, Swark. That is
So
very
do
rude.
I, and I haven't
Their
taken my
demographic
meds,
is not
so-
watching a 2-hour podcast about wrestling.
Sorg, I have
Tired
sat
already.
through
I'm
your
ready to go to bed.
podcast.
You have sat through my podcast?
Yes, I have.
What,
literally-
that you're not on?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have clips of my husband saying that I'm his wife when y'all were talking about how we
Oh,
look like
that's
Dark Lotus.
that's why
Okay.
she watched it. Cause her
Okay, but
boyfriend
do you-
was
No,
on it.
I watch it. There's times I literally check in with people.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good. Good.
She got
yeah.
really
I watch.
defensive.
I watch the product. I'm pointing at all of the cameras. I watch the
That's,
product.
that's
All
the
of
important
the
one.
Is this that
cameras.
one?
That
Or is this
one.
one
I,
camera?
I,
That's
I
what
watch
you
the
do.
product.
I
Are you
see
watching
you.
the product?
I understand where the cameras are. I watch the product.
There was this
product?
thing for our neighbor, our local news channel. It always says it's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
Mm-hmm.
What time is it?
10:18.
10:18. Do you watch the product?
Do you watch the product?
Yeah.
Wait,
Fantastic.
do they still do that?
I don't know. I don't watch TV.
And who?
Okay.
I watch streaming.
I watch some animes.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, any Berserk fans, I have it tattooed behind my ear, and Dragon Ball Z and wrestling. And I try to play video games, but I sleep. I'm trying to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Outlast
There you go.
in 2K25.
Well, I'm trying to get back to Valhalla.
You should play it, Sorg. I have a Viking
finish it.
costume.
What's that?
I have a Viking costume.
Ooh.
Yeah, I made it.
If you ever need video game recommendations, try Blueprints.
What's it about? Or what is it? I should ask.
It's a game where you inherit a mansion
Okay.
that you can't really stay in, and it changes every day.
Okay.
All right,
I like
all
the
right.
spooky stuff, so like
And
I have to take
it's
breaks
not
from Outlast.
spooky.
Mm.
It's puzzle based.
Okay.
Of thing, but
Mm.
I was about to say I'm a Resident Evil girl. I like the out of all the games that I play, it's a lot of survival horror. So it's like Outlast, it's Resident Evil, it's The Evil Within, it's all the spooky stuff that I like to play a lot.
She's spooky.
I mean, have you seen my gimmick sometimes?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I like the
What did I
spooky
say?
stuff.
What did I say? Her and Matt Connor were
Dark Lotus.
Sexy Dark Lotus.
Yes, sexy Dark
Yes.
Lotus. And I was watching that stream and I sent you the picture and you didn't answer me.
Which one? What?
The picture,
Who?
because you were like, I was
Where?
trying to, because, oh my God, me and Matt
What?
Connor.
Where?
How?
who?
When?
Why?
I.
Why is the Mayhem Show?
I don't know.
I've been
Why
figuring it out for
is?
20 years.
Why
Oh,
is-
great. I've been trying to think of the same reason.
According
why.
to my student, I haven't learned anything in 20 years of podcasting. So
Oh, wait, what?
I would have been like, said that again.
Wait,
bitch.
wait. I know you. Are you being serious? Because you teach.
yeah, I got a review and somebody said they're not sure what I learned in 20 years of podcasting after watching one of my clips.
Listen here.
Oh.
Listen here.
Don't. I'll find
Listen. I will find you.
you. You don't want
I will
that.
step on
It
you.
was an anonymous comment of like 14 people.
Oh, so they could.
I
So
understand
they
that.
couldn't even say their name.
Yeah,
That's a bitch
you
move.
Yeah,
coward.
that's part of the review.
You
so,
coward.
That's a bitch move.
How are you gonna sit here and tell my
I just
friend
think it's
Sorg?
hilarious.
At least put
How
your
you gonna
name
sit
on
here-
it. Stand on business.
Stand on business. How are you gonna sit here and tell
Wow.
my best friend
Wow.
Sorg
Wait,
that
are
he
we?
can't? Yes, we're best friends.
Don't tell Chachi.
Okay.
You can have more than one best friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
The fuck? Don't sit here and tell my best friend Sorg that when we whoop whoop up and down the blocks that he can't podcast. All right.
Yeah, this might
He
be
is
me
the
and Sorg's first time
master.
actually having a conversation, but but listen,
She's not making a good
I
case for
said
us.
hi to you.
that's why I said
This is
conversation.
my
We've been acquaintances.
This is my 4th time here.
This is
I'm
my first
having
time here.
a
I don't give
fun
a fuck.
time. Don't ever hurt my friend Sorg's feelings again, or I will find you. I will strangle you, and I'll step on you.
Yeah, how'd you
And you
feel?
won't
how
enjoy
would
it.
you feel if someone said that to you?
Yeah.
You wouldn't like it very
would,
much.
You would cry.
For real though, don't do that shit.
Stand on business. Put your name on it.
Yeah, don't be a pussy.
Yeah. Stop it. Get
Man
some
up.
help.
Step up.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Sorg.
We got your back. We got
Well,
your
Yeah.
back.
Whoop whoop.
I might be
The
5'3"
good
and like
thing
130,
is
but I'll fuck
you're
somebody
not
up.
I mean, we can
She's-
tell. I mean, everybody
She's very
knows.
light.
I'd say everybody knows how scrappy you are after that video.
she's-
so
Yeah.
there
she
you
ain't.
go.
Bro, I just got to do this and she swings.
Girl, you were backing up. I don't want to hear that.
I was getting pushed.
Nick did not
Jack
touch you.
Ref was putting his hands on me.
Jack
I
Ref
am
did not touch
filing
you.
an HR complaint. Why are we so bipolar right now?
Because we're frenemies. That's the name
Oh,
of,
God.
I
that's
have
the
a
name
lot
of
of
the
those.
game.
I have a lot of those, but only a few stick around.
Maybe it's because you're fueled by our friends at Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with perfect pepperoni pizza.
They
Slice
healed
on
my anxiety of driving in
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
What's that?
They healed my
yes,
anxiety.
they did.
I
They,
burned so many
because
calories. I
They
was
are on top of the
shaking.
hill,
I have-
right up the street. The best
They're up a
cheese pizza,
Oh,
the best.
Fuck these hoes.
But they're down the street here, so you're already up here.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
okay,
but
okay.
unfortunately, they're closed by now.
Oh.
So yes,
Damn.
I
So
went
you're
over
gonna
there
have
at
to come
intermission
back.
to get pizza,
Yes.
and there was no pizza.
See, well, because that's how good it was, and there's a lot of people. There's more people here tonight than I expected.
It's because
when
we're
I
here.
ordered, so
They
it's,
heard Alexis
We're-
Sim was
we're
in
a hot-
town.
we're
the
a hot
crowd
topic.
came in.
A hot topic
and
like the
yes,
store.
Yes, Rob left his bag at the airport just so he could come in tonight.
Well, listen, the front window's open. Lexison is here.
We've had many people stop and stare at us.
Someone else is
That's right.
here. No? Oh, they're just
No.
loud.
Yeah.
John.
I was
Anyways, on
I
that
was
note, What did you learn from wrestling this week? Chat room, chime the fuck in.
Yeah,
Who wants to
guys.
go first?
Sorg does.
I'm still trying to watch the wrestling from this week.
Well, you know
Alright.
what? What did you learn today? Traveling sucks. I can't watch my wrestling.
Well,
Yes.
Yeah, it's very limited for sure.
Voila.
But yeah, that is it is a little rough. So, God, what did I learn from wrestling? No, I'm still working on it. I'm
Okay.
still working
me to
on
go?
it.
Do you want me to
Yeah,
go?
Riz, you
Okay.
go.
I learned that what's happening with Hulk Hogan.
Oh God, what's
my
happening?
Oh
God.
my
What is
God,
happening?
cancel.
Oh,
Every
no,
time I
he's, making
see
a,
it-
he's making a wrestling show. Like, he's
Oh
making
my
making a wrestling
God,
show,
whatever.
which
He was like,
It
I
came
don't
out-
need 25 writers.
I was about to say,
3
it came out as a
episodes,
podcast, but then it
and
was...
then-
Okay,
yeah.
hold on, Riz. Let Riz do
gonna
his
be-
bit.
It's gonna be a 3-episode DVD set
What?
where it's gonna happen.
You mean Wrestling
not
Society X?
Riz, isn't
No,
it him and
because there
Bischoff?
was a Hulk Hogan backed show
Talking about-
before TNA
Talking about
after WCW
talking about the midget wrestling?
called the XWF.
Oh my God.
And the plan was for Hulk Hogan to be like the man behind the scenes type situation.
Mm-hmm.
But it just turned out to be a 3-episode DVD set.
Oh, wait, this isn't it.
Where
This is something else.
no, that's a different
Is-
XWF.
yeah.
He's about to Google something that's going to come up really bad.
Yeah. So pretty much the DVD set was just Jimmy Hart and Brian Knobbs talking about XWF and then showing clips of let's see, who was it? It was so they had Sable, they had shoot, who was it? Buff Bagwell, Mr. Perfect. Yes, that's the one.
Mhm.
But it was just I feel like this wrestling thing is going to this wrestling promotion is going to be very similar to what to expect from real American freestyle wrestling.
Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah, it's not even a wrestling promotion.
Is it like amateur
Well,
wrestling?
It's amateur wrestling, I believe.
I saw like a poster because someone came out and said it was a podcast, and I was like, "That's because
No.
it was him and Bischoff as a podcast." So like, that's weird. I'm not
Yeah.
listening to that. And then I was scrolling on Facebook and I saw a poster and it had the lightning in the background, and then it had two like
Yeah,
amateur
like,
wrestlers
two
with like
guys
the
with, like-
mats, and I was like, "Oh," I was like, "Cool." I'm probably just gonna see highlights of it. To be fair,
Yeah, it's
you know what I
probably
mean?
going to be garbage anyways.
You know, and which sucks because those are probably some athletes that are trying to make it big, and you
Yeah,
know, and they're gonna be stuck with that. And it's like that's gonna be horrible.
because you were in Hulk Hogan's promotion, huh?
I mean, yeah, and if it doesn't last for long like the XFL, it's like no one's gonna take you seriously after that. You know what I mean?
Oh, I found the first episode.
Oh,
Oh,
Can I play?
Oh no.
Sorg.
sorry.
I mean, sure we won't
Sorg,
get a takedown.
I'm going to
Sick.
going
Alright.
to make sure.
Hey, that's the one that didn't show up for our interview. That's
the one that was
yeah,
drunk. and didn't
that's
show
the
up for
nasty
interview.
boy that didn't show up for our interview. We just had to talk to Jerry Sachs. All respect to Jerry Sachs.
oh, I didn't
But
know
yeah,
that
we
happened.
have to watch this, Sorg.
I was about to like, where's the DVD set? Where do I buy it? But I couldn't
Like I
find
said,
it. I
it's-
could. I
It
like
is
there's
lost
one.
media.
There's one that I don't believe is actually real and not CDRs. On Amazon for $50. I'm like, no, I don't know about that. God, Roddy Piper's on this thing.
Trust me, there's
Wow.
this.
Uh-huh.
There's the XWO, XWO.
The what?
Yeah, which was or PWO or it was some sort of wrestling promotion with the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase as the head booker.
Okay.
We also need to watch that because how ridiculous that was.
Okay. Oh, Big Vito's in this. Okay, that's
Big
Vito versus Buff
Yep.
Bagwell. Holy shit.
Big Vito versus Buff Bagwell. and
Okay,
nobody
all
really-
right.
This was the first episode,
Is this
the
Slick
first
Johnson?
match
Is
of
that- is that-
XWF.
Is that Slick Johnson as a referee?
That's Slick Johnson
Wow.
without the shorts.
Without the shorts, pre-shorts, proto Slick.
Does anybody remember there was this TNA set, this toy set? It was. I'm sorry, I had to put my hoodie on. I got cold. There was this toy TNA ring, and it was Hulk Hogan's ring. I don't know why, but that ring reminded me of the toy Hogan ring. It was like yellow
the
ropes or
ropes?
something like that. Yeah, I think he's doing some Google searching. on the Google machine, but it just reminded me of it. You probably won't.
Whole ring. TNA Hulkamania wrestling ring,
Yeah,
perhaps?
Probably.
Hold on. Working into it.
Okay.
Working into it. Here it is
I'm
on
a big
eBay.
toy nerd, so.
Here it is on the eBay.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
reminds me of, doesn't
that's
it?
it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
it looks just like the one.
That's exactly the.
Yeah.
That's the exact.
They were
the
planning
heck?
this for
What
you.
is this wrestling move?
Um,
like he's just
something
kind of
that Hogan doesn't do.
like he's
Yeah.
well he
And of course, he's wrestling Sting, by the way.
yeah.
I think Sting had one too, but I think this was around the time where like Hogan was wrestling Sting at TNA. They had like
Oh.
I remember them having so there's this wrestling toy site you can go to, Ringside Exclusive, or ringside.com, and they have Ringside exclusives. And I think at the time they had the Ringside exclusive of Hogan when he was wearing like the jeans and the cutoff, and he got busted open by Sting, and they wrestled. And I think that was a TNA like Jax exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who is this guy wrestling? Apparently Horace Hogan.
Oh, that's
God,
the
what was that
British
move?
Storm
What?
Ian
Did
Harris
you see that?
award.
What the fuck?
Okay, for you on audio, he like he's sitting there. He kind
That's
of
his
head
finisher, by
scissored
the
him
way.
and pulled back.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna hit the Stephanie
Who
Van Kirk.
is this jacked guy?
That's the British Storm Ian Harris.
Is it? I was say, is it
Wow.
one of the? He looks like one of those. Do you remember the twins that were like the
Johnny
BDS, the BDSM twins? You know what I'm talking about?
No,
You don't remember that?
I don't remember this.
Oh yeah, I know. I think they're here too.
The Bashams?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Wait,
the Bashams were.
that was the
said,
call.
wait, what?
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah,
I
okay.
forget who they were with.
Is it Jacqueline? Not Jacqueline.
I don't think it was
Is
No,
Jacqueline?
it was.
It's the one Kurt
it
Angle
was
went
Shaka,
out with.
I'm about to say-
Shaka, it was Shaka.
Shaka.
I'm about to say
Khan.
that's
Shaka
who
Or
Khan.
Raka-
No,
Raka
isn't it?
Khan.
Raka Khan?
Shaka Khan. What is wrong
Raka
with you?
Khan was the one that.
Listen, it
Managed
was a
that.
really weird time on SmackDown. Okay,
I know, I
Remember,
lived through
remember
it.
when? Remember when
Yeah.
she got
Remember
close?
Deuce and Domino?
She got a close. Yes, Remember she got a clothesline from hell and came back with like a boob job and like, look, they hit her so hard they swelled. like,
I mean,
was
you
like,
could say that about a lot of
what the
people.
hell? It was some stuff.
I miss wrestling like that.
Anyways, like Alexis, what did you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned that
Help me out.
I'm trying. Help me help you.
Trying to get Patreon so I can get hear this story.
Oh yes.
Oh.
So personally, it wasn't really from this week, but it's in general.
Recently is fine
Okay.
since you're not here. I mean, often, but not that often.
Oh, we're gonna make it much more often.
Oh no.
Don't say oh no, you like me. Anyway, I learned that you have to put a little trust in. Going back to my comment about like coming back after our one-on-one match that we've never touched, like one-on-one, really having a like I think it was like what was it 10 something minutes we did and stuff like that, and like it went off like super fucking smooth and everything like that, and it was just up from there, and I was like, damn, okay, this is like I found someone who I gel with now. Like there's not that many people out there. And I honestly, when I was going into that match, I was like, I'm just gonna put faith in her to like remember her shit, and also if she needs to call shit on the fly and stuff like that. Because I know we're only both like she's only 10 months in, or how long are you in this?
Yeah, 10 months. Almost
10
11,
months.
like,
I'm
days,
only like
so.
a year in. I'm like, all right, we gotta make this work. You know what I mean?
It's wild because I feel like I don't know if just the way time has been going for me this last year, but it feels like you guys have been around forever.
Okay,
I've been getting that a lot. Like,
I'm-
especially after I won the belt, everyone's like, how long have you had? I'm like, 2 months. And they're like, only 2 months?
Yeah.
I am the same way. When people find out how long I've actually been at like Doc,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, that's insane.
But I think it's a testament. Like, and I think we've been seeing that. Like, you guys are amongst that. You know, obviously, the group I work with and how many reps they get on a weekly basis from what we're doing. But like, you guys are coming off like I think there's a lot
I
that
know what you're
aren't, but there's a
talking about,
lot that
so-
are just like crisp, like less than a year in, right?
Yeah.
I give it all to Spectre,
Mm-hmm.
who pushes me all the time, and Brandon K and all them, for taking me with open arms. But like, yeah, so it's that, and like I said, putting the trust in that, and then it going off with nothing wrong, stuff like that. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
this is gonna.
And
fucking
Glenn
work.
Spector, I mean, that's, you look at, you can kind of tell his training, you know what I mean?
Oh, he's a hard ass.
like,
Oh,
oh,
100%.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, Ava, I don't recall where you got trained.
Why are you hesitant?
Okay, so it's a weird story. I wanted to start out at Rise, but I was a junior
Right.
in high school when I started training, so we
Sure.
needed somewhere close.
Yes.
So I went to Johnstown. It was called The Facility. It was with 814 Wrestling.
Okay.
I was there until 3 months before my debut because I got hurt, and at that point, it wasn't the first time getting hurt. So I was just like, I cut ties and I was just like, I feel like you guys have taught me everything that you could. Thank you for what you have done, but like I'm leaving. So then my training until my debut was when I was helping at shows. I was getting help by Katie, by Lowrider at VCW. Stevie LaBelle would help me out with stuff. Philip Archer, all of them. McChesney helped me some. And after my debut, I kind of got like, it felt like I got slapped in the face because a lot of people know that I got sick during that match. My cardio was not the best, and every school has their own training like regimen and how they
Jesus Christ, we can't have nothing nice.
And mic technique, jeez. But also, like, you know, it's a different path for everybody too.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
It is.
But eventually, after it was Paul Atlas actually, and I feel like a lot of people were mad at him when he did this, but it really kicked my ass in gear to like get where I need to be. And he basically said, until you get your fucking cardio up, don't get back in the ring. And I was like, oh shit. So that night we started working stuff, and I had connections with Rise already, and Kay brought me in with open arms not that long after Glenn started showing up. So Glenn and Kay have been my main two.
Good set of trainers.
For almost a
good
year
set
now.
of trainers.
I can't vouch enough for the Stronghold. I'm not like a purebred from there. I'm just a little orphan that they took in. But like she said, they took her in with open arms.
Sometimes the Island of Misfit Toys is the best.
Oh, absolutely.
Thing,
but like honestly, I know they're doing an open house Wednesday the 21st at Uniontown at their training facility. It's the same building as the shows, just on the other side of the building. If anybody's watching that wants to be a wrestler, take up this offer and go.
Go to the open house.
You will have the best minds there. Dean pops in from time to time. Dean Radford. On the regular training days, you have Glenn Spector, who first ever All-American DDT champion. We're gonna put that out there.
Yeah, brother.
You know, he has gone on tours to Japan. He was my trainer. He'll kick your ass into shape. All this stuff. You have Brandon Kay, who is currently training for something special. Just gonna say that. So he's training with everybody. He's pushing us as hard as he's pushing himself. Right? So he's expecting more from everybody that's there. And like I said, you'll have Dean pop in from time to time. You have people that come up from there, which was Lady Frost came from there, Lee Moriarty, and Thea Hale. Like I said, they took me in with open arms, and I can't thank them enough, especially with that time where I was like doubting myself. So this is back on my whole have faith aspect. Have faith. Something will come through.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Whether it's, oh fuck, I don't know if this is going to be, like, we've never really touched like this long. I wonder if this, like, we put something good together. Will it come out that way? Have faith. Oh shit, did I just make the worst decision of my life? Will I have nowhere to go? Have faith.
How's it works out? Ava, what'd you learn recently in wrestling? We kind of sidetracked here a little bit.
It's okay.
It's more so like, you know, everybody, like we just said, everybody has their own journey. And I feel like for me, people's character have shown a lot recently, like with wrestling, and even like in the back, like you can tell how people carry themselves. And I like to think that I carry myself confidently, but I'm also like, I know that I'm not the best in the locker room, right? I'm 10 months in. I still have a ton to learn. But I've started to learn to be more true to myself and my character, because I feel like I've tried to change sometimes to like fit other people's thing, and I try to be as nice as I can be, and I try to lift everybody up, because especially like at training, I want all of us to make it. Like, all of us have dreams. I want everybody to accomplish those dreams, and sometimes people aren't going to see it that way, and there's not really much that I can do about that, and I can't keep putting that pressure on myself to try to fit the agenda of other people and how they want me to act, when as long as I stay true to myself, like, I know that I'm a good person. And if you don't think that I am, I want to know what caused you to think that way. And if I haven't been a nice person to you, what did you do? Because I don't just react. I give it time. So you've messed with me multiple times before I've done something that people would consider a crash out. So it's definitely been like one of the hardest things to deal with outside of wrestling itself, because even in high school I would do that to like fit in. I would try to fit in those circles or put myself in those boxes when I wasn't. So yeah, staying true to myself and like just knowing that if somebody looks at me and they have an issue with me, it's not necessarily my fault. It's probably something of themselves.
It's perspectives, and sometimes
Wrestling's a lot of perspectives.
contempt before investigation. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you ever have a problem with somebody, just do this.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I wish
open
I
up.
could.
Listen.
All right, what's stopping you? I
the
mean,
Lexus Sin motto is, these hands are rated E for everyone.
there you go.
Everyone can catch them.
Oh my God, no! Because I told that to Tony Kincaid when I faced AJ.
I
Yeah.
said that to Tony too before
he
I
started getting in my face, and I was like, you know what? These hands are rated E for everybody.
You know what
and
you should-
everybody can get it.
you know
and he
what
was
you-
backed up.
You should have said, I'll get Lexus to kick your ass again. I'll get Lexus to threaten
You want me
again.
to get the L word?
The L word?
The L.
He'd be like,
He'll be like-
lesbians?
I'm like, huh?
From the chat room, Jason, if he's still awake, Dave Potter says, just in case they don't make, I learned that missing stew on Monday sucks.
Would it be Bennett? Would it be Wade?
Oh, well, it auto-corrected Stu, S-T-E-W, so.
Oh.
Tina says, what I've learned is that Sabrina Carpenter wore it better. Was that the, God.
It was the Gunther meme.
The Gunther,
Yeah.
Yeah,
thank
because
you,
my
thank you.
friend
I saw
showed me that
today.
last night to make me feel better, and he was like, the new member of Imperium, and I was like, why is she look like a bobblehead?
Let's see. Maximus says that Ava sucks.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off, Max. I'll beat your ass.
Tina says that she loves your Medusa tattoo.
Oh, thank you.
Kind of showing off the leg tattoos there.
I paid money for them. I
yeah.
able to. I paid a lot of money for them.
Also, Shaniqua, I think, was the name that we were looking for. Shaniqua was the name we were looking
Yeah.
for.
You had
with the
everything
Bashams.
but that.
Yeah, we did.
Everything
No,
but
she
that.
was Rocka Khan in TNA.
Yeah, that's right. She was Rockacon. Okay.
Okay, well, that makes me feel
And
better.
Wheels learned that Lexus has a great boot. This is RWA Sparta Lol.
Absolutely.
Yo, that
Yeah,
boot was
fucking
crazy.
That
You
boot
went
was so
across.
wild. She scooted like 3 rows back.
Fantastic. Well, you guys are going to be, like I said, you're going to be around between RWA and Rise and a bunch of other places, including
sir.
the Bellsoy, RSW, and sorry, it's glaring. I keep forgetting the letters. AIWF.
You
It's
should write
blind.
'em
Like
down.
the glare from both your belts has caught the light in the last 5 minutes and blinded me one way or another. So there you go.
Gotta keep it shiny.
The RWA belt polishers take a turn on that.
That sounds so
Listen,
wrong.
I feel like RWA has really they're like, she has a belt. We're gonna use it. It's our belt now. Everything I do now like revolves around
Last
this.
I knew, their belt went back to Hawaii or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
So.
I didn't know.
I'm like, bring that bitch back. I'll
Legit.
take it too.
Honestly, put us in a match for it, legit. Like, I didn't know RSW had a belt. They're getting new belts. I
Okay.
didn't. And then when I got the belt, when I saw it, I was like, oh, it's real. Because, like, you know, you get told we're going to put the belt on you. I was like, okay. After the first, I was like, I'll believe it when I see it. And then I saw it, I was like, oh, it's real. And then they told me, like, oh, the paint chip is from Mad Dog Myers. Because he was the last person that had it. Because I Googled it. I was like, all I saw was Laura Lovelace had it.
Yeah.
Honey Badger.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, yeah, Mad Dog Myers had it. I was like, what?
Wait, Mad Dog had a woman's belt?
Yeah, he put duct tape on it or something. That's why it ripped the paint off. He's
That's
like, they're like, yeah, he
hilarious.
had the belt. I was like, why? He was like, he beat Honey Badger. I was like, that didn't answer my question.
Why?
Why?
Because wrestling.
Because wrestling.
So you guys go check out you guys on social media, especially for the
You want to see my butt?
the
Go
back.
look
I was
at
gonna
my
I was gonna put over your back, but
Oh, absolutely. Can we pull up that picture really fast? Let's just
hold
put me
on a
over.
second.
Also, while he's doing that, to find all of us and all of our matches and anything indie wrestling related in the Pittsburgh area, West Virginia area, Ohio, sometimes, check out indiewrestling.us.
Look at that. Look at that. He was ready for that.
Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. Go watch the project.
Go watch it. Go watch me kick Pagasa 3 rows back.
There you go.
Go watch me kick Zeke
And
Mercer.
with that, thank you, Riz. Thank you, Ava. Thank you, Lexus. And we're gonna leave you on where's it at? This one. There you go.
Look at my back. Don't skip back day.
Don't skip
Don't
back
skip
day.
back
Look
day.
at it.
Until next time, thank you so much. Mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.